Welcome to Monday Night Meat and Potatoes, the podcast where three guys with big opinions and even bigger appetites go head-to-head on all things food, movies, sports, and whatever else gets us fired up. We blind taste test the best and worst colas, barbecue sauces, peanut butters, and those weird pickle-flavored snacks you see at the store but never dare to try. We rank them, we review them, and sometimes even surprise ourselves. Because trust us, we did not expect KC Masterpiece to take the crown. It's not just food. We're talking movies, sports, personal stories, and whatever madness is going on in the world. One thing's for damn sure. We're loud, we're funny, and we're not afraid to tell it like it is. Monday Night Meat and Potatoes. Now, here are your hosts, James, Fridge, and Tommy.
What up, what up, what up?
What's
Fridge
up?
is gone again.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't see Fridge.
He's going to be gone for a few episodes, and by that I mean probably like 12.
Is this Twink Fridge?
It might be the whole summer.
Pretty
I
much.
mean, he's bald.
Anyway, it's Monday night. I'm James. Welcome back. We got Tommy here. We got a returning guest, Andy, and we finally booked a TJ. TJ, how you doing?
Oh, I thought I was Twink Fridge.
No.
I'm good, gentlemen. It's great to be here and incredibly honored to be on Monday Night Meat and Potatoes with you fine folks.
And how do you like the other episodes that you listen to, TJ?
I love them as long as you have no follow-up questions. But I do love the concept.
Blanket
I genuinely
statement.
do.
It's TJ going back to the days when we'd hang out in the garage, and back when he was a degenerate and smoked, he'd be out in the garage and we'd be looking at my motorcycle and he'd go, "Yeah, that's the confibulator attached to that's a 2017, flux capacitor," or whatever you said.
The specs on the inline rotary
I'm
girder.
retarded.
Yeah, if there's anything the social media era has taught me, it's that you just need to say things loud, fast, and move on. No questions.
Is this a shot at anyone in power right now?
This is just a shot at society at large.
All right, TJ, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Very little to tell, but thank you for giving me a platform to share that. I am a low-level civil servant by day and a part-time podcaster by night. A friend of mine, Michael, and I have a show called It's Still New to Us. It is a movie review show, so obviously very few of those. We figured that market was ripe for expansion. But we run the gamut there. We've done David Lynch retrospective, Coen Brother retrospectives, made-for-TV movie retrospectives. It's a fucking mess. But it's a good time.
Now, because you're using big words and I don't understand them, I'm going to take it as disrespect.
It is. It
Watch
is
your
intentional.
mouth. and let's move
Oklahoma.
on. So anyway,
I have listened to his podcast he's talking about. It's some good stuff. Like, check it out.
Oh, thank you, Andy.
I
That's very
actually
kind.
have.
you can
Thank
find
you.
you can find that on Spotify, SoundCloud, and
TubeU.
Apple, yep, and Apple
Podcast.
Podcast. Yeah,
And AOL.com.
once again, what was the name of that?
it's still new to us.
It's still new to us. But go ahead and check that out if you like TJ. If you don't, check it out anyway. Give him a like, give him a thumbs up.
Thanks, folks.
All right. So this week we're going to start with a blind rank, okay?
Can I just, I have to say something. Last week,
No.
you totally
You didn't give me an answer unless whether or not you can say something.
You totally threw me off with a WWE question.
Did you finally figure it out?
Dude,
For context. And you know what? We have a couple wrestling fans here, so I'm going to ask the question again.
okay.
I'll preempt it with this, and then you can answer, and then
Okay.
we'll give them a chance to answer. My question was, if you were a WWE superstar, what would your walkout music be? And mine is Tiny Tim's Tiptoe Through the Tulips. There's no reason it
Of
wouldn't be
course.
for me. And I would walk out like old school Kane or Undertaker, gothed out as fuck. But that song would be my song, absolutely.
Now, I've been a wrestling fan for years, so I've already picked my song, but he threw me
Still
off.
real to me, damn it.
He threw me for a loop asking a WWE question because he always makes fun of me for liking WWE.
I do
So
not make fun of you.
The first thing, phenomenal by Eminem. Not even thinking, knowing what my song would be, and I have two. And it would be Disturbed, Indestructible, or Nightmare by Avenged Sevenfold.
No.
I know.
We're gonna-
Actually, no, I'm okay with Nightmare.
I'm
Yeah.
going to go
Yeah.
ahead and
I'm okay with Nightmare.
I'm going to edit this part out. We're just going to start over. Okay, we're going to do a blind food. No, I'm kidding.
But I do like Nightmare by Avenged Sevenfold and Indestructible by Disturbed.
Okay.
So, even though I said indestructible,
I'm the palm. All right, Andy, I'm going to put it to you first.
Oh, easy. So, out of all those years playing beer pong in the garage, we had walkout music.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, Black Label Society, Fire It Up.
Okay.
okay, that's a good one.
Nice. That is good.
Like,
That's Ozzy Osbourne's other band. No, it's Zach Wilde. I know.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking around. I like Black Label.
they're freaking amazing.
Without getting into too much, offshoot here. I think Zach Wilde is Ozzy's best guitar player he's ever had, and I'm a Randy Rhoads fan by far.
Agreed.
But I think Zach
Agreed.
Wilde has something I really come in tune with.
And my guitar player emulates him.
Does he?
I love it.
Okay.
He uses that wah-wah.
Does he have the swirl guitar?
The wah wah.
No.
Does he wear a battle vest?
He used to.
Okay, well,
We're getting older.
Yeah. It's actually, before you guys got here, me and TJ had a little bit of catching up because we haven't seen each other in a while. And I was mentioning how when I was walking into the casino, the guy was looking at me like he wanted to ID me, and I looked at him and I went, "My bones hurt when it rains," and he just waved me through. So, yeah. TJ, what would your walkout music be?
My walkout music would be my favorite song by my favorite Massachusetts-based rapper. That would be "My Time Is Now" by rapper John Cena. No, probably "The Western World" by Pennywise.
Okay.
Okay.
like
I
that
respect some classic punk.
Oh, yes.
Bro Hymn is ruined for me for reasons I'm not going to mention right now, but so it
And I know
sucks.
I'm gonna get credit for this song.
Whoa.
But I don't know why, but Velvet Revolver, Slither. It's Slash in that.
Slash and Stone Temple Pilots.
Yeah.
Scott Weiland loves heroin.
If I couldn't get the first two, that might be a third.
Isn't grunge and heroin like, lamb and tuna fish?
Is that why we only have Pearl Jam left?
We have Live. Live is a bit grungy.
They're a bit grungy.
Yeah. Anyway.
Can I jump on that real quick?
Sure.
Hold on, we just started talking about grunge. In December, I get to go to Chicago for my first time.
That's not Seattle.
Well,
Not Seattle.
so there's this band Acid Bath that has not played a show in 28 years, and they're touring this year. for
Original
the
lineup?
Kinda. Mostly.
So they broke up.
There was some death.
Here is a great segue into this because we always get off topic before I even get to the icebreaker topic.
I know.
We had this long debate in our group chat, our Tipsy group chat. It was what band was it that we were talking about breaking up and whether or not they broke up? It's bugging me.
Godsmack.
Godsmack. Okay. Two of the members mentioned they were departing the band.
Oh, you're a dummy, James.
And then
I am.
And they announced they're being replaced by two other people for the remainder of their tour. Now, I believe that means that band broke up. Everyone else said it's the the ship paradox where you replace each piece of wood. Is it the original ship? By definition, people departed. They broke up with the band. The band broke up. Everyone is against me.
Yeah.
I need to know your opinions here, boys.
Okay, I usually like to banter with you and always try to come at odds with you so we have something to talk about, but I am fully aligned with you.
Thank you. TJ, you're a smart man.
I agree with you too. This doesn't make for necessarily captivating podcasting.
I know.
Don't worry.
I know it's not
I'm
a
still
nuanced
sitting
take,
here.
but
So this is the
I'm
3-on-1
still sitting
Mario
here.
Party game. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
I love it when people agree with me. All right.
Of course you do.
Go ahead, Andy. Dissent.
I will. Dissent I shall. Guar. All right. Are you familiar with Guar?
Familiar with Guar.
Who have had 30 members in their tenure.
Exactly. They may have one original member left, but Odorous stated before he died, David Brockie, rest in peace, he was like, no, I want this to keep going. So the band is its own thing. My band, Dragsaw, I am the second lead singer. It is so hard to replace a lead singer. Just because they got rid of the lead singer doesn't mean they broke up.
The band broke up, and then you replaced him.
Yes.
And now you have a new entity.
But it's still Drag Saw.
You're right. The concept behind the band is established and existing,
You're carrying on the legacy.
but the membership is broke up. So you have two sides of a coin here.
Yeah, we have 3 original members.
and I'm more right.
Well, actually, no. We now have 2 original members.
Oh, the band definitely broke up.
So we have replaced the singer and the drummer. But we are playing the same things.
If it makes you agree with me anymore, I like the new lead singer of Dragsaw better.
Oh, I mean, I'm not pooping.
But you're turning red. You're blushing.
Yeah. Well, no.
Dragsaw fucking sucks anyway.
Factual. The old lead singer, I have no problem admitting it. He screams better than I do. Which in metal, that is worth something. But I can sing a little bit better. So, but no, just because if you have a painting and the artist dies, that painting is still that painting that's there.
You're absolutely
Yeah,
right. But take that same painting. By the way, if you hear any background noise, we're doing this remotely from my garage.
Hey, the
It's
birds
beautiful.
finally shut up.
So you mentioned a painting. If the painter dies, the painting still exists. Now take that same painting, break it in half, and replace it with someone else's half painting.
Is this still the original?
Did the painting get broken?
Or is
Well,
that
if you
painting
broke
still
it
the
in half,
original?
yes.
It got broken. Broken up. It got broken up. And you replaced part of it.
You're still battling semantics.
All right. I'm going to move on from this
Andy's
topic.
starting to win me over real quick because
thank you.
AC/DC lost its original singer.
Oh, I'm sorry. We lost his microphone. I'm kidding.
I don't know. Peter Gabriel left Genesis and Phil Collins stepped up, and that's how everyone knows Genesis is
Yep.
as a Phil Collins vehicle. So I don't. This is a gray area, and I'll leave it at that.
All right.
I am okay with you accepting Gray.
I mean,
Take it as a win.
we're getting
Yep.
towards our 40s. We're all going to have to accept that at some point.
Hey, I pull them bitches out.
Embrace them. Women love salt and pepper.
I'm married.
Salt and pepper, yeah. All right. Anyway, let's get to our icebreaker topic. How about that? We're going to do a blind rank today, boys.
Okay.
I have 8 things. You're going to blind rank them 1 through 8. These are barbecue side dishes.
Ooh, okay.
And we're going to start with baked beans.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I love baked beans.
Baked beans in general,
Hold
or
on.
the way that you like
So,
them?
and as
Can
we,
you explain to TJ and I how exactly this works? Like,
so as
I'm
we
not going to understand. I don't know what's coming next. Whatever
you don't know what's coming next. You rank it 1 through 8, and these
Oh.
items are all how you want them. So if you have a favorite baked bean, you make it. Don't matter. It's your favorite baked bean. Rank it 1 through 8 blindly without knowing what's next.
at a barbecue.
Yep.
2.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Dude, they make you fart. They taste great.
They are delicious. I'm gonna go 5. I'm gonna go 5 though. There's a lot of barbecue cuisine that I really, really like, and I want to reserve some of those top spots.
And
It's
now remember,
nothing against the baked bean.
These are just side dishes.
Yep.
Okay. Oh yeah, good point.
Just side dishes.
4. I'll go 4. Sorry.
Tommy's in deep thought.
Yeah, because I really like baked beans, but
He's
I
drinking
know-
before every podcast lately, and he's just fucking up hard.
But I know how I have done you in the past, leaving some good ones for the last. So I know you're probably going to do it to me. So I'm going to put it at a 3.
All right.
All right.
I'm gonna regret my placement, aren't I?
Next up, we have tater salad.
I'm regretting my placement of baked beans.
And I'm going to say straight up, mustard potato salad is
Yes.
my go-to.
Yeah.
Seconded closely by a Redskin,
We all know
like Amish style potato salad.
Andy hates mustard.
Are you Raikyon from Jackass?
Pretty close.
Okay.
Pretty
your,
close.
Your least favorite things are mustard and pussy blood.
Yes.
So, what about potato salad in general?
Show me potato salad. I do like potato salad. I'm glad that I put baked beans at 2. Potato salad, 5.
Okay.
I'm going 4.
6.
All right. Next up, we got probably a more divisive thing, coleslaw.
This is
I
what
really
I bring.
love
to-
Chicken Shack's coleslaw.
And see, I can't stand it.
And
Really?
Don't like a
their
minced
coleslaw.
coleslaw. I
Every
like a
place is different.
thick, like cut cabbage coleslaw, and I want it to be very creamy. Yeah,
Giggity.
make the jokes.
Do I have to even rank it? Because I still have not had a coleslaw I liked.
Yeah, Then you put it at 8.
Eight.
Put it at 8.
8.
Never had a coleslaw you've liked.
Wild.
Nope.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm
2.
going just below a tater salad, but had I re-ranked, it might be different.
It's 2 for TJ?
I'm going 2. I love coleslaw.
I like
bring
a
it to
good coleslaw.
every family summer function to the point where my younger cousins make fun of me. They bought me a sweatshirt that says coleslaw on it for Christmas one year. I wear it proudly.
I love it.
I love coleslaw.
A coleslaw will probably be 1 or 2 for me. It's one of my favorites. And I'm looking at my own list. So, next up, cornbread.
Ooh.
And now for me, I like a nice honey glazed jalapeno
Honey.
cornbread.
Oh no. I put baked beans at 2.
Yeah. Shit.
Well, cornbread. Do I like cornbread more than mac and cheese?
I can tell you, I dislike a really dry, gritty cornbread.
Oh yeah, no, that's awful. That's not how it's supposed
That's
to be done.
how it is in the
That's-
South. I like it moist.
Yeah, it's like cake.
Yeah. I don't even butter mine. I'm honestly, I'll dip it in baked beans or I'll dip it in barbecue sauce. I don't even butter my cornbread.
Hey Jeff, he didn't mean that.
So my father, Baby Veins, his nickname. So after having 4 failed attempts at stenting his heart, the man will use an entire pat of butter per bite, and I've seen it. And
We real quick. We just did Scotty Simpson's 2 weeks ago.
yeah,
I went around the table and I got everybody's unused butter. And everybody's like, why do you want this? And I just walked up to Jeff and I handed it to him. And he goes, now that I finished my roll, now you bring it to me?
he's healing from a heart surgery, Andrew.
Hey, YOLO.
Okay.
You know, that pat of butter story reminds me of
Cornbread
like what-
3.
Like what Rob Lowe, Adam Sandler would tell when Chris Farley would go out. Like when he would eat his steak, he would put a pat of butter on each bite. And they're like, dude, seriously? He's like, it needs a little hat.
Rob Lowe, the guy that had sex with a 16-year-old.
The same, yes.
Okay, just making sure it's the same one.
So yeah, cornbread 3.
7.
7 as well. Yeah.
right.
I do like good cornbread, but yeah, there is when it's good, it's great. When it's mid to below that, yeah, it's
No, you're absolutely right, but I don't believe that's how we're ranking it, right, James?
It's your perfect
rank.
version.
Yeah.
Yep.
there are plenty of other sides that I'll gravitate to
Before the cornbread.
Yeah.
Like possibly pasta salad. I know a lot of people make it, and I'm wondering, do people make it because it's easy to make? You throw some tricolored rotini noodles in a pot, and you cover them in Italian seasoning, and you chop up some meat and cheese.
I
Yeah,
think
meat,
part of
cheese,
it
and maybe
is that.
add Italian dressing to it. and
Yeah, I'm
Call
not,
it a day.
It would be an 8 on mine. I don't like it very much.
I'm with you. I'm going 8. I do like a good pasta salad, but again, I'm going potato salad first. I'm going probably cornbread first. It is an easy thing to make, especially, let's be honest, most people that make it just toss it in Italian dressing. There's no actual
Yep.
individual oil, vinegar. There's no personalization. It's just crap.
My wife does do a good pasta salad.
I do believe that. I do
She's a
believe
good
that.
fucking cook. Oh, spoilers. Yeah, spoilers. If my wife cooks, you're gonna like it. I haven't used 7 yet.
I'm not keeping
I
track.
haven't used
don't know.
6. We're gonna go 6.
All right.
I'm going 6. I know I put it
but,
above.
But what you guys said, 6 because it's easy enough.
I think it's a cop out. That's
Yep.
my opinion.
It's at every barbecue. Shut up, bird.
Now, here's one that is probably going to be a lot of people's number 1. Macaroni and cheese.
1.
Hits every right receptor. It is objectively a 1 in my book.
Once again, it has to be done right. Well, no. Even if it's done kind of wrong,
I
It
mean,
can
even a
still be
Kraft
pretty
mac and
good.
cheese is mac and cheese. But I will say this. I don't like a baked mac and cheese where they cover it in grated cheese and bake it, and then it gets that oil sheen. I like myself a creamy mac and cheese, not that melty cheese.
What about the breadcrumbs?
I take it or leave it.
quick plug.
Yes,
So
cheese does plug me up.
at Bacchus, because we do barbecue for all of our shows up there.
Yep.
Mac and cheese is one of our big staples. We use a bunch of nacho cheese to keep it spicy.
Uh-huh.
And part of the problem with mac and cheese is if it just sits there, it dries out. I recently got food at one of our well-known establishments that they didn't even charge me for, because the mac and cheese had been sitting there for hours, and as I'm eating it, I go, like, I'm trying to get this down my throat. And then I started crunching
Not gonna
into
make
the
it.
mac and cheese, and I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I looked at the bartender, and I'm like, I'm sorry, take this away. And I'm like, can I get my tab? She goes, here you go. And I'm like, my food's not on there. She's like, I'm not charging you for that.
You know, it reminds me of when I went to the Cheesecake Factory and I ordered a dish that had rice. It took like almost an hour to get my food out, and this thing obviously sat under the heat lamp because my rice was re-crunchified.
Ooh.
I'm like, and I told the waiter, and he's like, "You want me to make you a new one?" I'm like, "I already waited a fucking hour. Put it in the to-go box." And then the manager, I told him all the issues. There was a bunch of them. First time ever eating there, and he goes, "Yeah, it's a full moon." The manager
man.
of an establishment like the Cheesecake Factory gave me that.
At that point, I'm going Karen, and I'm reviewing.
Oh, I did. I got reached out to by the
Corporate.
no, it was the
The
general
social
manager
media. Oh, okay.
of the actual establishment, and I got my meal reimbursed as well as a $50 gift card for my next time. So good on him for doing right. But I was floored. Like, it's a full moon.
I put it at number 1 because I'm not sure what you got left. But have you tried the mac and cheese at the Union? And if so, what do you think about that one?
Clarkston Union.
Yes.
Their lobster mac is second to none.
I haven't had with the lobster, but I do really enjoy it. They're one of the best around, in my
That
opinion.
place is so damn good.
It's
Cattle-
so
That
stinking
place
good.
is so
Cattleman's makes a really good mac and cheese. Too.
I haven't had the Cattleman's yet, but
Cattleman's is excellent.
Hot take. My childhood, I remember getting like corner store mac and cheese. Like it would come in a plastic little,
Nothing wrong with that.
no.
and it was like from my childhood. I remember that being freaking delicious.
One of my favorite mac and cheeses is KFC. Like, there's some when it's fresh, because that's
Oh, yeah,
another
of
one
course.
that when it dries out quick and gets weird. All right, I think that's probably going to be everyone's top of the rank. But
Yep, that's one.
this next one for me would actually top mac and cheese. But I'm weird. Corn on the cob.
Man.
Damn.
I love corn on the cob. Buttery and sweet. Add a little tahini and Parmesan. Ugh.
I think I have 4 left.
You have 2 left.
No, I mean number 4.
I know you have 2 left.
So I'm going for 4 because that's up there for me. That dude, the way they're doing like the Mexican street corn.
That's
thing,
what I
like
love.
at
Yeah.
That's what I was going to
Chili's.
say. Because any type of corn, whether it be with the butter and salt or even doing it in elote style, oh, it's amazing.
Corn is bread.
Yeah. Man.
Mustard is ketchup.
Corn. No, I'm not going straight D on you. Corn is bread.
Oh,
corn
I don't think he listens.
corn is whatever you put on it to make it better.
It's true. I'll go 5. That's the highest number I have left.
Now,
Corn's
Oh,
great.
you kept track.
I did
That
keep.
was
I did
smart.
keep track.
see,
yeah.
here's the thing,
I'm
though.
doing the same thing.
Corn, I can eat just canned sweet corn with. I don't even add salt. I don't add anything. I just heat it up and eat it out of the bowl. I love corn. So corn.
Man.
I like corn.
I like turtles.
Yeah. You could swap 1 and 2 or keep mac and cheese and corn. Yeah. I'm doing corn and 2.
And it's only you know what? That's the only one that you still have fun the next day. I'm just saying. All right, last one is going to be very divisive too. Even if you've even had it. However, I love it, and it's one of the few things I will say I like that is cooked with bacon grease. Collard greens.
I've never had it,
See, that's what I'm saying.
so it's going into
They're amazing.
whatever spot I have left.
You need to try them. It's very soul food.
They
but-
are outstanding.
Yeah.
I normally wouldn't rank them as 3, but I definitely, blew the top rankings early. But it'll be my number 3. Collard greens. Give them a try, Andrew. They're delicious,
I believe you.
especially
I love
at a
soul food.
especially at a respectable joint like Clarkston Union or a good barbecue joint.
I left 8 open, so it has to go to 8. But yeah, it could replace some of them on the list.
That's the hard part about when you get above 5 blind ranks.
Yeah.
You start ruining it. 5 is almost the perfect number, but there's too many barbecue side dishes. You
Oh,
can't
absolutely.
You couldn't keep it at 5.
You probably could have done 12 if you wanted to.
Oh, I could have kept going. I tried to keep it at 8. So keeping on the food talk, we're a few fellas here. First of all, how do you peel a banana?
Well, I used to peel it from the top where the stem was, and I don't know if it was you or
It very well could have been me.
a few years ago you said
Pinch the seed.
pinch the bottom because that's how the monkeys and gorillas do it, or you had told me, and I've done it that way ever since.
It peels easier. You don't mush the top.
Yep.
Do you guys peel stem or bottom?
How are you mushing the top by grabbing the stem and going?
You never had one that doesn't break
Dude.
cleanly and then all of a sudden your top is a little mushy?
No.
It
Do it
sounds
for
like a helpless white guy in an
If you haven't done
infomercial. Are you tired of your banana tops getting mushed?
Thank you, TJ.
I have seen, though, that is how the apes open their bananas, and it does work very well for them. And I didn't mean to point at you, James,
No,
when I said the apes.
There are 4 species of great apes in the world, and humans are one of them. It's totally fine. It's chimps, humans, gorillas, and orangutans. So I did this whole thing just to follow it up with this question.
Oh, are you going the 100 men versus a gorilla?
No.
Oh, because I'm curious on that.
The 100 men will win 100 times out of
Yeah,
100.
their body weight.
No. Because
We'll
I'm
talk about this for a second. Yeah, well, go ahead. Here's the biggest thing about this. There is one species on this planet that hunt via persistence. They're humans. Mm-hmm. Humans have tribes in Africa and before that, many places in the world, but there are still some that exist today that do something called persistence hunt. They will run down an animal until it's so exhausted that it just passes out and they kill it with their bare hands. We are adapted to run on 2 feet and perspire and get rid of body heat and have stamina more than any creature on this planet. And that gorilla is going to fuck up the first 10 guys easily. And then it's going to run out of fucking wind and you're going to take it down. All you got to do is dogpile the motherfucker.
Okay, because you're on the same track as me. I'm not saying that I'm a gorilla, but I'm I'm gonna.
His arms aren't long enough.
That's true, James.
If
That's me.
if 5-10 guys run at me at one time, I'm going to kill the first 4 people that come at me, and then I am going. But I'm going to get winded, and I'm going to be toast, and I'm going to get overwhelmed,
If you're talking about people half your size, you're going to fuck up the first few.
Yes.
And then you're done.
and then I'm done. And I believe that's what would happen with the gorilla. He's going to wipe out the first 20% and get overwhelmed.
I'm going to say the gorilla has more stamina than you and me, but you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, but in the same realm
Yeah.
is that yes, the gorilla is going to put up a fight, but he will be overwhelmed and the men will win.
Team gorilla or team human, guys?
Oh, Team Human.
Yeah.
It's
But
the
if
right
I'm
answer.
one of them,
he's gonna
though,
fuck up the first 10. I'm
yeah.
gonna grab their bones, craft a weapon.
there you go.
They're going to finally get a hold of him, hold him down, and that will be it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if you dogpile the motherfucker, it's done.
Yeah.
Avoid its teeth the best you can, or have the little guy go first and get sacrificed. But,
Yeah.
you know, and that brings up the question, like, 9/11. I know it's
Oh,
a
boy,
weird
that's the
segue
natural-
Oh, I have a
That's
question
it.
about
That's it.
9/11, ironically enough, later.
So, you have 2 guys with box cutters and a plane full of people. And most of these events, no one thought, let's dog rush this fucking guy.
No hustle, Skip.
Grab a suitcase, put it in front of you, and just tackle him. I'm sorry. If I'm thinking I'm dying, I'm going in.
I don't. Get
I mean,
it
already
either.
this is a bad situation.
Yes.
Oh no, I'm gonna get cut the fuck up.
I'm
might
going to
even bleed
die
out.
regardless. I might as well go out trying to stop it from happening.
But here's the thing. I'm going to take my chances, even if I got an artery cut from a box cutter. There's 100+ people on that plane. One of them's in the medical field, and you have a high chance of getting adequate medical attention immediately.
Or if you save that plane and die, you'll still be a hero.
Yeah. And before, 9/11, people were allowed little sewing kits, so someone could have stitched you up. I'm just saying. Even me with no medical training, I could stitch someone up if their artery wasn't cut open,
Yeah.
But I also know enough to reach in and pinch the artery if you have to.
Yeah.
It is a thing. Anyway, that was an interesting
You earned that
segue.
segue. Actually, I was intrigued,
Yeah.
and you earned it.
So I brought up the whole banana
So back
thing,
to the
though.
banana.
I brought it up for a reason. As a group of guys here, do you eat a banana different when you're in front of a group of guys versus when you're alone?
I make a lot more eye contact when I'm around.
That's the right
I was
answer.
gonna say I'm more sexual in front of a guy because I think it's funny.
But I feel like the toxic masculinity out there is going to eat a banana or other dick-shaped foods around a group of guys differently than they do solo.
I feel like this was said on my last appearance here. And you know what kind of foods are shaped like dicks?
The best kind of foods.
Popsicles. I mean,
Sausage.
Corn dogs?
Yeah.
I mean, you can go on and on. There's a lot of dick-shaped foods out there. But it was all to make that fucking joke. That's all it was.
if I have a banana in front of me and we were eating it right now, I would try to do it all in one bite just to see if I can make you guys laugh. I just because I know that's just how I am.
My wife brought me a banana Sunday morning. No, Saturday morning.
Was it attempted hangover cure?
She was like, I'm going to Speedway. You need anything? And I'm like, I don't need anything. And she's like, I won't bring him something.
Got you a Speedway banana, 2 for
She
$1.
knows I like bananas.
59 cents a piece or 2 for $1.
Did you tell her, get out of the room? I need to FaceTime my male friends.
You know, I appreciate the fact that bananas have been recession-proof.
That is, yeah.
How?
They are.
Thank God.
You can always get 5 or 6 bananas for like $1.50.
Yep.
You know, granted, it might have been $1 a couple years ago, but you know what? It's not enough for me to worry about my banana prices. So, and I love bananas too.
I mean, a couple months ago, you texted me, "Hey, do you like hot dogs?" And what was my response? A video.
Yeah, that's true. you know, one of the. I'm sure you guys have seen the video or the picture. I should say picture. But I pulled it off. Maybe a year ago, I was gaming on Call of Duty with Fridge and our buddy Scott, and I was making hot dogs. I just, quick hot dog, just in the microwave. I don't care. I'm a dirty bitch. And while they're cooking, I slapped my dick on a piece of bread, covered it in mustard, and sent that picture out to them. And I sent it to Shelby too, and everyone just looked at me and like, well, didn't look at me. I got text back like, "Are you serious?" It just seemed like the right thing to do at the time.
Yeah. So he sends me, "Do you like hot dogs?" And my response was a video of me taking a hot dog and just going deep throwing that all the way, hot dog straight down the throat. And I said, "Is this a yes or a no?" And his response back was that picture.
Did I send that to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And after that moment, you said, we need a podcast now.
Oh shit. So,
James, I have friends that I've been hanging out with since high school.
and you've seen their dick less than mine.
Significantly.
You know, I'm not bashful about my genitalia. That's all there is to it.
We all got them.
So I'm gonna, I have literally no way to segue into this, but I have a story that I thought of, and then we could talk about things that you wouldn't trust, because when I wrote this down, I thought of our buddy Lebo, and for some reason at one point he said he doesn't trust seafood in Metro Detroit, and I thought that was very odd because we're one of the fishing capitals of inland fishing in the country. But I made the mistake of going and visiting our friend Jim down south in Kentucky, and for some reason we decided to get sushi in Podunk, Kentucky. So where is it that you wouldn't trust the food geographically or from, basically what I'm getting at? Is there an area of the country where you're not trusting that food?
Following you. When I lived in Arizona, my aunt took me to a very fancy place that served alligator
Oh.
in Arizona.
The place that's prosperous of ponds and lakes.
Exactly.
There's not even an ocean border there.
So, I'm young. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna eat the alligator. I've never had alligator before, but how did this alligator get to the desert?
Valid question.
My first time eating gator, my dad took us to Gatorland. So it's like, you have
Well,
all the
yeah,
gator
they're
shows.
there. They're there.
But you have gator shows and a gator petting zoo. And you're like, oh, I love alligators. And then it's like, here, you want to fucking eat one?
wanna eat it?
And as a kid, I'm like, what are you doing to me? So, sushi in Kentucky, I think, should go down in the food crime category.
I'm trying to
though.
think.
Honestly, with you, almost any backwoods town, when you see a Mexican restaurant, Chinese restaurant, look, we are we're so close to Detroit. We're Metro Detroit.
We have a melting pot of food.
We have a melting pot of cultures here.
Yeah.
I don't want Chinese food served to me by some white dude.
Or even worse, why didn't you make it in the big city where you have a Chinese population, ma'am?
Yeah.
By the way, don't sleep on those 7-mile Chinese restaurants that you are sure are infested with roaches and rats.
Oh no, they're delicious.
They're amazing, and I don't even, I'm not questioning what they make their
Mr.
food
D's
with.
corned beef, like right there on like Gratiot and 6 Mile.
Yeah, Asian corned beef. It's fucking we use that word all the time. It's phenomenal.
Do 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 do.
No.
I'm kind of with him. Anywhere you go in a small town, you can see like a family dining restaurant or something like that, and you're like, oh, they probably got a good hamburger or something like that. But if I'm out in the backwoods and I see like a Mexican place, I'm probably gonna steer clear of that place.
And I will tell you this: I did extensive traveling for a job. When you hit like the Atlanta and South, Texas is not going to be in this list because they have Tex-Mex. But when you're Atlanta and South and East, and driving through these small towns, there are Mexican restaurants everywhere, and they're not to be trusted.
So I was spot on.
Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely.
You baited the hook. I jumped on.
I made that mistake. But, you have, like Tommy said, those small towns, that's when you want your diners.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
when
yeah.
you want to find the
Your
one
family diners in a small town are going to give you some of the best food you've ever eaten.
it's home cooking at that point. They
Yep.
literally aren't there for profit. They're there to just make enough money to survive. And it's usually fresh ingredients because they killed that cow this morning.
Yep. Or if you're going there for breakfast, they probably have the chicken coop out in the backyard.
Someone does it every time, don't worry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
keep
It's
smacking.
usually me.
What's your guys' favorite regional cuisine of the United States?
We went over this.
Not really.
Oh, of the United States?
Yeah.
Despite never even being to Louisiana, I want to say Creole or Cajun. I mean, that's one of my food destinations in the U.S. And even though I haven't had it at the source, anytime I've had the imitation, it usually satisfies.
I can totally get on board with that. I love me some Creole food.
I can keep it going. I have nothing to add. Gumbo's in Mount Clemens does amazing. It's literally called Gumbo's.
Yeah.
Amazing Creole, Louisiana-inspired food. Some of the best I've ever had. Catfish nuggets, the whole.
My go-to is
Etouffee.
my
I probably pronounced that wrong.
my go-to is the one in Ferndale. Shit.
I still haven't been there yet.
And it's
I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I had a red snapper covered in a voodoo sauce shrimp, and it was just
Oh my
so
God.
fucking good. And the name of it is escaping me, so that's really pissing me off.
I mean, are we cheating though? Is that like?
I mean, I probably
I
was
have
because I've never
two.
even been there.
So I mean, I had this conversation just the other day, and I think it was at church possibly about the Philly coming back up.
Yes.
and,
Yeah.
and first of all, Scott, you're stupid. He's like, there's no such thing as a Philly cheesesteak. And
Scott's stupid.
And I'm like, no, there is. And he goes, it's just a cheesesteak. And I'm like, the one from Philly is a specific way. It's like calling,
Cheese whiz.
it's like a Detroit
Yeah.
Coney dog. It's a Coney dog, but it's a Detroit Coney dog.
It's not chili. It's coney sauce.
And so he's like, there's no such thing as a Philly cheesesteak. And anyway, my whole thing, and it came up last week when we talked about this, but Tommy brought up a blind rank, and he said Philly cheesesteak, and he's like, I like mine with peppers. Then it's not a fucking Philly. Then it becomes just a cheesesteak. And there entails the argument. So
It can still be delicious.
absolutely, I like peppers on a cheesesteak.
Yep.
But not if I'm having a
That's
Philly.
That's not
Yeah.
a Philly.
But it's just like, you don't put cheese on a Detroit Coney. Then it's not a Detroit Coney, Then it's what, Flint style or even Ohio where you're from. Oh, I forgot you're from Ohio.
Oh, I was about to jump on that. Can I jump on that if you're really going to bring this out?
Okay.
Skyline chili.
Disgusting.
Gross.
It looks disgusting,
These
and I've never
people-
had it.
These people.
You don't put
if
cinnamon
you're
in
not
a fucking
aware,
chili.
If you're not aware, thank you, James. They're putting cinnamon on chili, and then they're just slathering it on spaghetti.
and you know what?
It's
I like a chili
cheese,
mac.
spaghetti, and cinnamon, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And I believe they put cocoa powder in it too.
They do.
That probably.
I will say, in Cincinnatians' defense, there are few fundamental differences from a meat sauce to a chili in certain cases, but I do stand with you that like I actually do put the slightest bit of cinnamon in my chili, but it's never anything you taste. Nor do I put like sugar, but they eat it sweet. They love that sweet chili, and it is too much.
It's don't even look appetizing to me, so I've never even wanted to try it.
I'd say if you're there, give it a shot. Just I don't know, don't spend too much money on it in case you don't like it. But
I've had it once and I can't stand it. You can buy it in a can now. You can try
yeah,
it.
you can.
Oh, if you go to your local grocery store, I believe in the frozen foods aisle, they have boxes of it.
You
Yeah.
do.
And
But you can also get National Coney Island Coney sauce, and that's far superior.
Oh yeah.
bar
Definitely.
yeah. For a chili dog.
Oh God, yeah. I wouldn't ever put Skyline on a dog.
No.
No.
But they do.
But they do.
Oh yeah, well
They
I mean,
do.
they are. I don't want to say that the people of Cincinnati are subhuman, but they are less than human.
No, the best things
Worst
that
state ever.
Ohio has given us. So I don't know if you guys are aware of the joke. Ohio sucks so much that did you guys know that most astronauts are from Ohio? Because getting out of the state's not enough. I need to get off of the world.
The best thing Ohio gave us was the UP. That's a geography and history joke for you.
Okay, so the four best things: the UP, Cedar Point.
Yeah.
Okay,
Gotta give it
yeah,
to Cedar
yeah,
Point
okay.
for
They-
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you
We,
know what?
we
I'm,
do have our Sandusky.
I'm adding on
vacation
Kings Island to
spot.
that. Oh, do not sleep on Kings Island.
Kings
Don't.
Island was fun.
You got to drive a lot further.
I'd
but-
say was in past tense because I haven't been. Because I'm
It,
fat.
it had the first wooden roller coaster with a full loop. Beast Junior.
Uh,
or Son of Beast, sorry.
Son of Beast was the literal miles.
Yeah.
Me. And current events, dude. This fucking raccoon with the meth pipe that has been all over the news.
I don't believe I know this one.
No, I am not familiar.
Okay, so Dave and Chuck brought it up this week, and it is all over Facebook now.
You're bringing up my competitor?
They're a morning show. We're a night show. So, apparently, some lady got pulled over in Ohio. She had a pet raccoon.
Oh, you know what? I saw this on TikTok.
Okay. And they were like, "All right, we're pulling you over. You got warrants. We're not even gonna search your car." And then her pet raccoon comes up with the meth pipe, and he starts trying to smoke it.
And she reaches in for it.
And she's
goes,
like, "I don't want him to have it." And the cop's like, "No, I don't want him to have it either. I'm gonna take it from him."
as hard as to find.
So Andy, Cedar Point,
Let's say
meth
amusement
raccoon.
parks. How about that?
amusement
Yeah.
parks.
Because they have a few good ones. They have a good Six Flags even.
I miss Geauga Lake. That is
I
way
went
off
to
topic.
the Six Flags there. That was pretty good.
I'm going to give one more thing to Ohio. I love Buckeyes. The sweet treat of
Yeah.
peanut butter and chocolate.
That is delicious, yeah. That is delicious.
That is delicious.
Other than that, yeah, I can't think of many things.
It's a rat bait state, though, otherwise.
Yeah, corn. We do love corn here.
They gave us the most terrifying bridge I've ever crossed in my life. It goes from
480.
It goes in
I
from,
480.
from Cincinnati into Kentucky.
No. Oh.
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of.
Oh,
It's a double decker bridge with like a 1 foot fucking embankment on the side.
After the podcast, I am going to show you a picture of this bridge.
Okay.
It's not
do
going
you
to
know
do
what I'm
anything for our
Do you know
listeners.
what I'm talking about?
I'm
do.
thinking of James's. I'm not thinking of yours.
Yeah, that bridge is fucking terrifying. The one from Ohio into Kentucky.
Anybody listening that knows the I-480 bridge, you know what I'm talking about.
So I'm
This
I'm
bridge
definitely
is
curious.
so tall. If you go off the side, I guarantee you will die of a heart attack before you hit the ground. This is jumping out of an airplane. Like, well, here I am.
I'm interested. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on with this one more time with the regional foods. I'm gonna do this a little bit more because we talked about Coney dogs. What's the best regional variant on a hot dog outside of Detroit Coney? And why is it a Chicago dog?
Chicago, it's got to be.
Chicago.
It's got all the fixins. I mean,
Sport peppers, pickle, celery seed.
It's all delicious.
It's so good. And I will break the rules. And you know, we could talk about this in a second, but Tommy, go ahead.
I don't even like the condiments that are like the fixins that are on the Chicago dog. But every time I go, I will destroy one.
You put them all together, eh? It's just-
Yeah.
I
works.
break the rules and I put ketchup on mine, which is
well, I
a
do too.
Chicagoan no-no. And that brings me up. So TJ used to live with me. Mm-hmm. And TJ and me used to have friendly banter every day. Basically just ripping on each other a lot. Like when I got my travel job.
Oklahoma.
When I got my travel job, my first flight out solo, TJ goes, "Oh, I hope your plane crashes." I'm like,
Dude, my wife.
and I'm like, what? And he goes,
My
it's
wife-
like break a leg. It's like break a leg. Just, more severe.
It was meant out of love.
My wife, the first time that she found out TJ existed, we were over here for I don't even.
It was a Super
football
Bowl
game.
It was a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Super Bowl. And James goes, "All right, nobody go in the basement. TJ's down there." And my wife goes, "Oh, is it a puppy?" And then TJ comes up and she goes, "I liked you way more when I thought you were a puppy."
So
And I said, out of my way, Jordan, I need my flea medication.
one of the things that I got ripped on from TJ a lot, though, is he would see me put ketchup on a lot of things. I like ketchup. And TJ thinks it's a child's condiment.
I have since softened on that. I don't put it on nearly as much stuff as you do, but it is not a child's condiment. In fact, it is a nice sweet and savory tomato-based sauce. I realized in retrospect I was being an elitist, and I do apologize for that. I do use it very sparingly, but when I do use it,
Now that
it's
he,
a damn good condiment.
now that he works for the city of a city, he's become a politician and now has become an apologist.
That's right. I'm mastered speaking out of both sides of my mouth.
So this all started when he saw me make a breakfast sandwich and I put ketchup on it. That's what started this whole fucking thing. And it was sausage, egg, cheese on a bagel with, I think, I had an onion or a chive cream cheese and I dipped it in ketchup. And I fucking love it. He's like,
Absolutely
he
nothing
just,
wrong
He
with
just
that.
comes out and he goes, "What are you doing?" But then I swear to you, I swear to fucking everything holy. The next week, he ate Subway like 2 or 3 times in that week. So
Yeah, I had no room to judge. I've been Subway free for at least a year by now.
I've seen what you cheer for. Your boos do not affect me.
It's valid. It's a valid point.
I have a bottle of Chipotle ketchup in my fridge that I have not even tried yet.
I love the sriracha ketchup, and it's made by Hoi Fong Foods.
I don't know what you called me, but I'm going to take offense to that.
That was good. I remember trying that when I was here. That
Green
was
cap. It's just, it looks like a sriracha bottle, but it's ketchup.
So if we're talking about ketchup, I do love that they are combining it with so many other things and making kind of new sauces.
Anything is fine except for your craft brands of those, like Cranch. Those craft ones are
No.
fucking awful.
Don't waste your money. Mix it yourself, people.
Yeah, I'd like some fancy sauce.
Now-
it's probably not good on fish anyway.
Now, I know you prefer Hunt's over Heinz.
Absolutely, it's more vinegar based and less sweet.
When I first met Becca, I was going over her house, and she had a Meyer brand ketchup in her fridge.
Meyer's fine.
And I said, if you want me to come over and if this is going to become a thing, get rid of it. It has to be Heinz or I will not come over.
So we've talked about it on this pod of
Yeah.
brands that there's certain items that have to be a certain brand.
Yeah.
Those all go out the window when you live with TJ. Because if it comes from Family Dollar, it's good enough. I will come home from work and TJ's like, "Hey man, I used your ranch. I'll replace it tomorrow." And he used all my Hidden Valley Ranch on his lunches. And he comes home the next day with Clover Valley Ranch from Family Dollar. And I'm like, "The fuck is this?" And he goes, "It's ranch."
It's made in the same
I
facility.
went
I'm
grocery
sure.
shop at $200 at Save A Lot, and it looks like you went to Costco.
That's right.
Let me preempt this with, I have literally kicked the person out for eating our milk and bread one time, and he came home with fucking Clover Valley Ranch, which is one of the few things I have to have a certain brand of.
I kicked a guy out of the party for bringing crap beer. He brought the Beast, Milwaukee's Beast.
Oh wow.
And we would regularly bring Labatt. And
You're splitting hairs here, Andy.
and he's like, "Hey, I brought beer," and we're like, "You can go.
James,
You
I
can
want
take that with you."
that's the right call. But James, I want to share something with you, some personal growth. I was at the grocery store the other day, and I needed mayonnaise. And old me would have, yes, just gotten Meyer Kroger brand.
I was going to say,
Oh,
did
no.
you finally go to Kroger or was it Dollar?
No, I haven't been. I've been dollar store free for about a year now.
Since he became a politician.
Since he's moved out, we both bettered ourselves in so many ways.
It's almost like we were bringing each other down. I bought the big bottle of Duke's mayonnaise.
My man.
I am not
Duke's is the
typically
only
brand loyal.
mayonnaise.
I'm not typically brand loyal to a lot of things, but that mayonnaise is objectively better than.
And then in
the
certain
other brands.
applications, Kewpie mayonnaise is better.
Oh, Kewpie is really good.
I'll have to give that a
It's a
try
Japanese.
next time.
It's Japanese mayo.
It's not for most things, but it's good on a sandwich. And I mean, I think they use it for like their sauce on sushi and things like that. But it's really good on like just a ham sandwich.
Okay.
You know, speaking of mayonnaise,
Oh, I'm there.
Miracle Whip.
Nope.
I like Miracle Whip.
I do too.
I
I
use
fucks with it.
I don't. It's not a replacement for mayonnaise. There's a rabbit right there. It just went behind my car. Anyone hungry?
Yeah, I'll go get it. I got my knife on me.
Miracle Whip, though, I like the tang on a sandwich or a burger, and that's it. I will not use it as like a mix-in. I will not make a pasta out of it or anything like that. But as a sandwich topper, I'm okay.
This is a food podcast. Let me
It is?
let me derail for a sec. It's everything.
When did that
Food in
happen?
9/11.
It's an
Everything. It's an everything podcast. Let me derail for a second. You brought up mayonnaise. I've already talked about hating mustard. I had my first sandwich with mayonnaise on it 3 years ago. I just didn't care for mayonnaise.
So what you're saying is you've shit yourself more recently than you've had your first sandwich of mayonnaise.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
If you didn't listen last week, I did bring that up about you, by the way.
I am good for this year so far. So, question for you guys. I fucking love deviled eggs. Oh my god, yes. Deviled eggs kick ass. I hate almost everything that goes into a deviled egg.
It's like Tommy said about the Chicago dog. You put it all together.
Do you guys have foods that I don't want to touch the ingredients? I want nothing to do with them, but if you bring them together, oh wow, not only do I enjoy this, I fucking love it.
Sometimes you mix ingredients that you don't expect and they come out better than the individual ingredients. And I'm going to go really I'm going to get shut down for this one.
Okay.
Mixed race babies are more beautiful than any individual race's babies. Am I wrong?
We've discussed this many times. Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I went there. TJ, you can see your exit now.
Yeah.
I'm a politician, so I will not answer this question.
You don't have to answer. You just don't have to laugh or do anything. You
Yeah.
just, no comment.
Well, no, my brain hurt. I heard it, and I was like, "Did he say raisin? Mixed raisin? Something?" Oh
I
no,
heard
no.
raisins.
Okay, I did hear that correctly.
Well, I've already brought up the Chicago dog, and there is a recipe when I make chicken shawarma at home. You marinate it in yogurt, like Greek yogurt, and I do not like yogurt. And I'm like, this is disgusting, but I followed the recipe, and it came out fantastic. Now, don't get me wrong; it's not like going and getting
You don't
shawarma.
like Greek yogurt? Or yogurt in
Plain,
general?
like plain
Dude.
yogurt, though.
I don't. There's a lot of white stuff that I don't like cream
Whoa.
cheese, ranch. The
man.
Yeah.
But he'll deep throw fucking hot dogs like a motherfucker.
Well, no, like plain Greek yogurt, I get because it's basically just sour cream.
Don't like sour cream.
So I get that.
I
Yeah.
will put sour cream on my taco and then lick the fucking spoon.
Yeah.
I love it.
Since I've known James, I was not putting sour cream on anything, and now if I'm getting pierogies, it's
Oh
getting
my
slathered.
god, they get slathered. Yeah.
I don't want to talk about. Oh, he's absent. You know what? Fuck him. Fridge puts ketchup on his goddamn pierogies.
Now that's
Don't
not right.
do that.
It's
That's not
fucking
right.
wrong.
It's not a French. It's a starch.
He literally. Well, here's the thing. Well, it's a starch, sure. I'm a ketchup fucking fiend, and I think that's a food crime.
Yeah, that's a crime.
So it's sour cream, or you eat it plain with sauerkraut.
Applesauce.
Not on a pierogi, not for me.
You haven't? Have you tried it?
I mean, I've accidentally had them mixed because applesauce goes on my potato pancake.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, one
delicious.
of our favorite Polish places, you know they closed.
Yeah.
The Polish Family Restaurant at 19 Mile and Shaner.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh. Me driving out there thinking I'm getting Polish food.
And the other one
Oh,
is such
no.
limited hours, Wawa or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, me driving out there and realizing, oh no, we've got a funeral and a wake.
That's terrible.
So they're not gonna. take the public.
Yeah.
I have not had a lot of luck with Polish food in this area. It's just by where I work.
Polish, the Polish restaurant in Hamtramck is Polish
Well,
Village.
Well,
Yeah, that's a given.
yeah.
Polonia is good.
We were so lucky to have Hamtramck.
Do not go to, and a lot of people, you see your Facebook posts around here, in the Warren group or the Macomb food groups, and people go, I'm looking for good Polish food, and they say Polskis. No. That's bar food disguised as Polish food. It's not good. But believe it or not, you know who has a good Polish platter? Metro Bar and Grill at 13 and Ryan. And they have excellent food in general. Like, they are some of the best bar food around.
I know one of their cooks.
Is
Nice.
Tipsy still like that? I haven't been there in so long, but they would do like a Polish platter or like a
Oklahoma.
Oh my god.
Oklahoma.
I got
Cut
that.
this all. My apologies.
Let me
I
just
got
say-
that Polish platter one night, and we're talking about ketchup.
Yeah, no, it tasted like ketchup with a little
let
bit
you
of
try it.
seasoning
Yeah.
on the stuffed cabbage. It was
It was literally just diluted ketchup.
Oh no, they used to go a whole 10 yards when they did specialty. Like I'll drop it, but damn, they
I haven't
no,
had
it's
it.
put an
fine.
effort in, man.
I have made this comment in our group before. It's not a special if it's the same thing every week.
Agreed.
So-
That's
True.
just a weekly rotating
Yeah,
menu.
it's a discounted item, and it's not even discounted half the time.
talking about quote unquote specialty or from a bar, you guys may disagree or whatever, but the grilled cheese at Three Blind Mice in Mount Clemens, freaking awesome. I don't know if you guys have ever been there.
I refuse to go to a restaurant and pay for a grilled cheese.
I'm
can
with
see
you.
where
Yeah.
you're going.
I'm
but
with
it was
you.
a recommendation. I'm like, I'm gonna go try it, and it was pretty fantastic.
That's like going to Phoenix, Coney Island, and getting peanut butter and jelly.
Grilled cheese, I'm with you. Dude, I can do that so easy
Yeah.
at home.
And it cost me 50
Dude,
cents.
if it's
Yeah.
a nice sunny day, I'll get a magnifying glass. I don't care. It's that easy.
Yeah.
But Three Blind Mice, I did an entire shift up there.
An
I had
entire
people-
shift.
Yes, I
One?
had people come up, meet me, leave. Other groups come up, meet me, leave. My guitar player was dating a girl who was bartending. And we were like, we're just gonna hang out here.
Why not? Why would you have to leave? You got everything you need there.
Oh yeah.
They're good.
The food was so good there.
Food is good there.
I'm kind of like of the mindset by nature. I'm not going to pay for a grilled cheese. Same with like a salad, and I like a good salad, but I make them myself, and I'm not going to spend $15 for a garden. I'm just not.
For a garden salad, no.
I mean, there are good specialty ones that I wouldn't go out of my way to make. Yeah,
I
but
do get chicken Caesar salads from Tipsy's.
I'll get side Caesars at places, but not as like my meal. Fuck that. That's a waste.
Yeah, like dude, mow the lawn. I'm not a rabbit.
Are you looking at my lawn?
Well,
My dandelion field?
You're saving the bees. Look at it that way.
It's so
yeah.
bad. I hate it so much.
Oh, and also to answer your previous question, because we got derailed by Ohio over here.
whoa.
I had two answers. I love Hawaiian food, so I would like to actually get to go to Hawaii and have some Hawaiian food because you said regional in the United States, and I love smoked foods and barbecue, so I would love to like hit up like a Memphis or a Texas to do like Texas smoked barbecue or so that would be my answer to go back 20 minutes ago.
Really quick, Andy and me did bring it up the last time he was on how much we love Hawaiian food. There is a legitimate Hawaiian restaurant that opened up in Troy
Yes, now
Fuck off.
I remember. I
When are we
forget where
going?
you told me
this weekend.
Probably.
because I said I could get down on it, and I forgot what you.
And we can go back to our barbecue sides. Hawaiian barbecue always is served with a scoop of rice and a scoop of pasta salad, and
Yes.
it's always fucking amazing.
Always.
But the chicken katsu is so good, and
Oh my God.
I mean, it's all chicken and pork, and it's barbecued and
I
sauced.
love Hawaiian food.
It's so good.
Never had it.
It's,
I've had it like 3 or 4 times in my whole entire life, and every time I've had it is top tier.
Yeah, when I found it the first time when I was in Atlanta, and there's a chain called like Hawaiian Bros, Hawaiian barbecue franchise chain, and then if I had the money, I'd open one up here. But every time I traveled somewhere that had Hawaiian food, I would make sure it was on my menu. It's that good. It's like Japanese food done better.
Okay, I'm gonna have to get the name of this
stand
place
here
before I
vindicated.
go.
Yeah,
I'll look it up while Tommy brings us into our final topic or two before we
Yeah.
hit our food review.
Okay, I got a couple topics.
Let's start with one topic real quick. Talk into the microphone, Thomas.
I realized when I turned my head to look at you, I'm like, oh man, I'm not even in the mic.
Every week I got to remind people.
I have this thing that I've been doing with Becca. That just sounded weird.
Oklahoma.
I know.
Oklahoma.
So for people who are listening to the podcast in Michigan, returning your recyclable pop cans or beer cans, we get money for those 10-cent deposit. So you may not know that.
You do the deposit when you buy the can.
Yeah, and you get your money back after you return
so
it
it's
back.
not a deposit when you get it back, Tommy.
Okay. Thank you for clearing that up.
Aloha Cooking. It's on Rochester Road.
Okay. Aloha Cooking.
Good to know.
Okay. So, I would rinse out the cans and I would put them in our garbage bag, whatever you want to call it, to go having them returned. She doesn't believe I do it the correct way, so she has me set them by the sink so she can rinse them out. Well, about a week or so ago, I set one on the edge of the counter and one on the edge of the table. So she proceeded to tell me, so is this how it's going to be now? You're not going to set them by the sink. You're just going to put them anywhere, so I have to go find them every day? Well, I took that up to 11.
As one does.
It's malicious compliance at this point.
So I put one on her towel rack in the bathroom. I put one in her shoe. I took one and put it in between the windshield wiper and in the windshield on the car. I dumped out her pins on her desk and put one in her pin holder. And now she thinks it's a game and thinks it's funny. And now, where did you put it? I'm like, you'll have to find it. And I've been doing this now, I think, for about 6 or 7 days straight. Now, do you guys have anything with like a significant other that you have a game or do anything like that?
Andy can go. I don't have a legally binding document. She can still break up with me.
What, did you not get a license?
I need to think.
She's like, of course, I had to say something, and now...
First of all, I love that. And I really think that you should not hide a single one and just keep telling her, no, you're never going to guess. You're never going to guess.
That's a good idea. Say, you got to find it.
So Rachel and I have a thing where we... It's an unspoken, unrecorded competition of basically who can give the other one the finger in the most, like, blatant... Like, just... in settings that it wouldn't be appropriate. Right. Like, so at like family dinner and stuff like that, you have to find a good way to like just covertly give. And it's not like just scratching your eyebrow. You have to like check and make sure nobody's explicitly watching you. And then you just flat out give them the finger.
Yeah.
I'd say that's the closest we have to it.
Okay. I'm just curious.
It's really great relationship building.
Because she thinks she was irritated the first 2 days. And then after day 3, day 4, I just kept turning it up, putting one in her shoe.
Yeah.
She hangs out her clothes the day before to get ready for work. So I took the top of one of the aluminum cans and I hooked it inside on the hanger where the hoops are. So when she took her dress off the hanger, the pop can's hanging there.
That's brilliant.
She's like, that one was really good. I like that one.
The closest thing to like a running joke of something of that caliber, to me, it's hilarious. I do it every time. Shelby has bad sciatica. She had a hip surgery, so like her butt region is always in pain. So at night, she goes, "Can you rub my butt?" And every time she says that, I start by rubbing her face. Every time. It makes me laugh every time.
That's hilarious.
It is. It is.
Oh, okay, now on to more serious. Have you guys heard about Giannis exploring options to be traded from the Bucks?
Yes. Yeah.
Have you heard that a possible trade, if Pistons were to, if it were ever to even happen, what they would possibly have to give up?
They would have to give up more than I'd want them to give up, unfortunately.
What just happened?
I don't know.
You knocked over my knife.
Oh, it was the knife? Okay. From what I heard,
It's like
it's Ivy,
Duran.
Tobias, Thompson, and Holland, I thought.
I thought, okay.
In 3 first rounds.
Doubles.
I gotta say, so it's tough.
We
I'm
don't know
not the
anything about
most.
basketball, do
I'm
we?
not the most knowledgeable basketball fan by any means. But one thing I've always loved about the Pistons is anytime they're good, their role in the league is basically as disruptors. Like, oh, the Celtics and Lakers are have this flashy style of basketball. Let's literally take advantage of the fact that like technical fouls don't exist or
Yeah.
like they do now and beat the shit out of these teams. Now you have the going to work Pistons. It's like the Lakers again have this dynasty going. We're gonna just shut them down by just focusing on Shaq,
Well-
taking Shaq out of the equation. This year they're very much a bad boys-esque team. Wouldn't you
I
say?
just looked at it this way: the local radio stations. I listen to Mike Valeni and all that, but he was saying that this year they need to get a Robin for Cade. And I look at it this way: is if we ended up landing Giannis by a miracle, that's Batman, and now Cade is Robin.
Yeah, I know you're not wrong. It's absolutely the truth. They do. I listen to the same guy, and he's said on numerous occasions that you need stars in the NBA to win, and I do believe that to some, to a degree. It's tough because they just came. Shame on the NBA for not giving JB the coach of the year because they just
Yeah.
went from 14 wins to two
Tripling
playoff
it.
wins.
They tripled their win total.
Yeah, the 2 playoff wins, and a lot of it was based on chemistry and just a defensive mindset, I think. And I don't necessarily want to blow that up.
Yeah.
That said, Giannis as a star is a good fit for Detroit in that he's not a super ego. So could it work? Probably, but that's selling the farm. That's really, you got to bet big, I guess. But
Well,
that is
because how
certainly
many
selling the farm.
players do you have on a team? You got like 12,
15, I think
15.
total. But yeah,
and
12
you're
meaningful.
giving away 33% of your team.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
the cap
And
space.
you're betting the future.
Yeah.
So
Would you take it, gun to your head? I guess. Would you take that?
I'd take a championship now and
Yeah, I
10
can't
go
argue
10
with
years.
that. It's
'Cause,
better
like-
than making the playoffs and being the Pacers your
because
whole life.
if you're telling me the Lions can win a Super Bowl this year and then they suck for the next 15 years, I'll take the Super Bowl.
doing it, yeah, they can. Yeah,
we're used to
you're right.
sucking.
Yeah.
You're right.
I got to bring up because you guys brought up Mike Valeni, and we've talked about today me and TJ's relationship of just ripping on each other. Valeni has a color commentary kind of guy on his show, right? I mean,
I don't know
Yeah,
what you're talking
co-host,
about.
anyway.
Sir Pucks a lot. Is that-
Oh yeah,
I think it's the Valeni show. Kenny.
yeah, Kenny Cox.
yeah.
So he's the brother of a former friend of mine, and back when TJ lived with me, he found out that I knew this person, and he was up at the bar I was at.
I found out a couple months ago and I lost my mind too.
Well, TJ comes up to meet him, and then the next time he's there, so he goes, how's your roommate? Because TJ was a fan, and because me and TJ's relationship of just ripping on each other, I give Kenny a video of me and him, and I have him say I'm like, just be mean to him, and he goes, anyone that comes up to Tipsy's to meet me is a fucking loser. Although they had probably a couple hours of good banter. I mean, it was all friendly, but it was just
Yeah.
fucking hilarious.
The best birthday gift James has ever given me, all the years I've known him, was
Yeah.
Kenny Cott telling me what a loser I am.
Better than the herpes?
I was gonna bring up the oral, but
Oklahoma.
it was an oral dissertation. I was helping him with his master's degree. For those of you that have your mind in the gutter,
Also, I have a couple more things if you don't mind.
let's go.
You told me to go ahead and watch Until Dawn.
Yes.
Did you end up watching? Have you seen it yet?
I have not seen it. No,
Spoiler-free review time. Have you played the game? Do you know the game?
I do not. But no, please feel free to. If you normally spoil away. You're not.
well,
Gonna,
we
you're not gonna hurt my
typically
feelings.
don't do spoiler for brand new.
It's
movies.
it's still in theaters.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil anything.
We've
because-
talked about doing a 5-minute post-show spoiler review, which we can if we want to, but
But I know we were texting
yeah.
this last week because I took the wife out. The wife and I love horror movies.
Same.
This is a horror movie based on a video game that PlayStation came out with in
2015.
I was gonna say about 10 years ago.
it's that old.
Yep.
Hold on a second. No, and for a video game adaptation, I told James earlier this week via text, this is one of the better video game adaptations into movies.
They're finally doing them right.
It it was almost like Resident Evil had nothing to do with the games when it came out.
Just characters and settings.
You had, well, not even characters.
Umbrella.
Oh, no,
Just
no.
Umbrella.
No, you had
And Raccoon City.
so the guy
That
that
would
plays
be the setting.
Well, I'm just
the guy that
retarded.
plays the doctor in the game plays the doctor in the movie.
Right.
And that is the only character other than
I mean, you have the Stars characters. You have the Abomination. You have some.
well okay.
I'm not saying main
it was
characters.
it was
per
a
se.
new story with a lot of Easter eggs and callbacks to the game.
Resident Evil in and of
Yes.
itself is actually a fun movie series, in my opinion. Based
It-
on a game, horrible rendition.
It's so terrible based on a game, but for a standalone, like, no,
I
this
like
is
it.
Resident Evil. I'm
Yeah.
for it. I'm
I
here for it.
loved the Red Queen in that movie. She was damn near
Yeah.
fucking scary.
Yeah.
So when I saw Until Dawn, I'm like, you know what? I'm glad I spent money on this because we get movies like this by using our money. I went to the theater and I went, you know what? Let's do it. And if you look at the reviews are, I think they've got like a 6 or 7 out of 10 on
Which for a
IMDb.
horror movie.
For a horror movie,
Yeah.
because they get trashed.
Horror movies are normally in the 5 or below range.
You cannot judge a horror movie by the IMDb.
I seen it by
score.
myself, and I told Becca, I'm like, you will actually enjoy this movie.
So, TJ, Until Dawn as a concept is Groundhog's Day meets horror. Basically,
The movie.
yeah, they basically get trapped in this area and they have to relive this night until they survive the night until dawn. And another movie did come out recently that tried that and failed horribly at it. It was starring Vince Vaughn. I think it was called Friday or Freaky or
Freaky.
something.
Oh,
It's
when
like
he's the
freaky.
slasher?
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
switch bodies. Yeah.
And that was just a horrible fucking take on that concept. And I think that's why Until Dawn got greenlit. They're like, or at least that's what my canon in my head is.
But when Until Dawn the movie needed to be campy, it was campy.
Yeah.
Like, so there's moments where you will laugh
Yes.
out loud
Nice.
at an actual horror movie. They're not trying to be a horror comedy, but they have included those moments of, no, that's
just so
funny.
ridiculous.
That's so ridiculous.
I
need
burst
to
out
laugh.
laughing when they combusted. When
Oh,
they
yeah,
drank the water.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a little bit of a spoiler, but
It's such a small part, you know.
It
I
is.
mean,
Yeah.
But I got one major criticism of the movie. I did not like the phone compilation cop out of all the deaths. I wanted them to feed into that more. I know they're trying to make it not a 2.5 hour movie, but they could have went a little bit more in depth or not used a phone montage.
okay, I was happy it was there.
Yeah, you had to see it.
Yeah.
I wanted to see it because they're like, wait, no, we're only on day.
Everyone thinks they're on
5.
3 to 5, and all of a sudden he pulls out his phone, and it turns out they've been filming for like 12 days. But you never see him pull out his phone except for one time. I don't know.
Yeah.
It felt, it's cop out, but they had to put it in to move the story along. Otherwise, you're going to have too long of a movie.
Yep.
Now, there is one other thing I really wanted to see more of: the giant fucking troll thing. You know, when they were trying to leave and the fucking 100-foot monster.
Oh, yeah.
It's in the preview, so that's not even a spoiler.
Yep.
But I have very, very few fears in this life, and megalophobia is one of them I have. So things that are larger than life freak me out.
Okay.
You know,
So Backstreet Boys. Did I just scare you? Oh no, never mind. It's not the
You're so
Backstreet Boys.
stupid.
You are what makes them larger than life.
but like a movie that actually it puts me in a state of a little bit of anxiety, which is what you're looking for out of a horror movie. If no one's seen it, it's called Troll Hunter.
That's so good.
It's such a good movie, and they have these giant fucking trolls, and the trolls survive by eating Christians. It's fucking awesome. But it's got that megalophobia part, you know, like because they're all like 150-foot fucking creatures. I love it. That's why I love my Godzilla, you know.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, this review has me into another 2-part question. What are your favorite video game adaptation movies, and what are your favorite horror movies?
Can we say shows? Because I think James and I are going to agree.
Okay.
We can do both. How about that?
Yeah.
Because when it comes to a show, it's going to be The Last of Us.
bar none.
It is.
It is damn good.
The best.
Best video game adaptation I've ever seen. They are so true to the game. They're giving what we want, and it was already an excellent game.
No spoilers.
is-
Episode 2. No spoilers. Episode 2. The show was able to do more than the game could because the show could show us. Okay, I'm not playing this. This is happening over here.
Okay.
That was one of the best cinematic
And-
fucking hours of my entire life.
I have not
And-
watched it yet. I want to. I love the game, but Becca's like, wait for me, and
Start
so
it.
I
Season
love the
one-
last
season
la-
one and season 2 is halfway done.
Okay.
So by the time you're done with it, it'll probably
Like,
be you'll
done
probably
with-
be
right,
caught up.
okay.
But yeah, episode 2, one of the best hours of cinema in the world.
Okay.
And then in season 2, episode 3, I think is when the big event happens. That big event was done in a way that made me literally go. I played the game through. I knew it was coming. I even
Yeah.
texted Andy. I'm like, I'm pissed off that I know this is coming.
Oh, no, that was 2.
Was it episode 2?
That was 2.
Okay, whatever it is. When it happened, I still went,
Wow.
Woof.
they fucking did it. And they did it. They took some creative freedom with it, and they still fucking nailed it.
Okay.
Yep.
Now I'm going to give a close second on video game adaptations turn TV, and I'm going to go with Twisted Metal.
That was really good.
Honestly, hold on. TV. I might have fucked your whole thing.
Okay.
Because again, I have to agree with James. Twisted Metal is a fucking video game about cars shooting each other
Just
But-
smashing each other.
in an
I'm
arena
one of those weird motherfuckers
That
that read
went
the
into the
synopsis.
lore.
Yes.
on why these characters are in it.
Yep. And they did it right.
And they did it so they had an entire season
Nice.
where they made a cohesive story out of cars shooting each other.
yes.
a demolition derby, but
Yep.
made a great TV show.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I love Twisted Metal.
Now,
And I think with shows, you get an opportunity to flesh stuff out.
yes, yeah, you have more time. And yeah.
It's tough to compare.
When it comes to movies, I'm going to say 2 because there's the real answer and then there's the answer of nostalgia plus it's
I have
campy
a
and
few. I have a few
It's
written down.
the original Super Mario Brothers movie is going to be one.
Oh my god, that's one of them I have.
I don't care.
What are
I
your
have both.
favorites?
I have
Yes.
both Mario movies written down.
I
fungus is our friend.
I fucking love
Thank you, John
Leguizamo.
Leguizamo.
Yeah.
Dennis Hopper would not turn down a role in the 90s.
He was the Nick Cage of the 90s.
Oh, it was great. Legend.
I have both Mario movies. The newest one, whatever, animated, and the original.
I can't stand the animated one.
Sonic the Hedgehog was pretty good,
Sonic is all 3 of them are good. I finally
Yep.
watched the 3rd one.
and Mortal Kombat. Even Annihilation, it was way.
Hold on.
It was
Hold on,
terrible,
hold
but
on. Do you
good.
mean the new
Oh, it's funny
one?
terrible.
Do you mean all Mortal Kombat? What do
Well,
you
even the one that came out like 4 years ago was
that,
good.
well, that oh,
But
okay, that,
the one that was like in 97, 98 that brought out that Mortal Kombat song.
I love it.
I love that movie.
The one that came out a few years ago that we rented a theater for, I thought it was cool at first, and the rewatch made me hate it.
Okay, I've only watched it once, so
Same, and I liked it, and I'm afraid to rewatch it because I feel like I'll hate it. But my answer was going to be 95 Mortal Kombat. It's a lot of nostalgia, but like it's not a perfect movie, but it's certainly at the time was far and away better than any video game movie had any right being, I think. And it deserves its place in the pantheon of great video game movies.
okay. Now,
movie.
And I do love Annihilation for just how it's so fucking bad.
Yeah.
It's so goddamn bad.
We can talk
Movie?
about just straight up bad adaptations and talk about Borderlands.
I haven't seen it.
terrible.
Don't.
Actually,
Came out of nowhere.
Don't.
Okay, so to go movie though, and now I'm outing myself. I've never played Silent Hill. Oh. I want to. I very much enjoyed the Silent Hill movie.
It's a good movie, and
Watching-
it's a very good game.
Game is
we
phenomenal.
can spoil shit from 15, 20
Yeah,
years
that's
ago.
fine.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Watching her get her flesh stripped off, that kill, where Pyramid Head just goes, "Nope, you don't need this anymore."
Yep.
Like, oh yay, that's fun. That one was a good movie. Well, it was a bad movie, but it was a good movie.
But Pyramid Head is also one of the best horror movie final bosses ever. He might even be up there in just the general list of final character, final boss fight, whatever. I'm going to go with my overall best movie from a video game adaptation is Detective Pikachu.
That's
Oh, I always
That was a
forget
good
about
one.
that one.
I can't fight that.
It's so good.
It's so good. I mean, it's a kid's movie,
and I'm
but
not even a huge
parents
Pokemon
get to have fun with it.
Yeah.
lover, but that movie's fantastic.
And Ryan Reynolds. It's
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds.
Well, now we did the video games. What are your favorite horror movies? And they don't even have to be great, just ones
Evil
that you
Dead.
really like.
Evil Dead trilogy.
Yeah.
And the remake actually was legitimately scary.
I even
When
like
you
the
say,
new.
hold on,
I
TJ.
even-
When you say the remake, do you mean
I like them both. I don't care.
2013?
2013. yeah.
Unapologetically, I like the one that took place in the apartment building too. They
Same.
took a giant fucking city full of people and still gave you isolation and horror.
You
Which is what
made an
Evil Dead
Evil
is.
Dead
Yeah.
movie, which is typically okay. Well, typically, we're talking about two movies: Evil Dead 1 and 2. The woods are a character.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
The setting is a character. The remake, they're back at the cabin. You're in the woods. The woods are a character. They managed to take an important character of that series, ditch it, put it in an apartment building, and the fear was still there.
Yeah.
Agreed.
That has been one of the
They-
best managed horror franchises of all time. There's no
Thank you,
doubt about
Sam
it.
Raimi. Thank you, Bruce.
yeah.
And the less is more. I'm a sucker for less is more. When you
Yep.
can make something that impressive with so little, you get the best art from that. I think.
Oh, and with Evil Dead Rise, like everybody, there's this thing. Kids don't die in movies,
Really?
typically.
Right.
So like you go into a horror movie and you're like, that little bastard's gonna be okay.
I
And
I love everything about it. I'm sorry.
yeah, I got in a lot of discussion and arguments with Slayer.
Yeah, no, and he hated it. Right?
hated it.
and so did I think Scott didn't like it either. And I'm like, you are getting too much on board with this. If it's not based on the original setting, it can't be good. I'm like, look at it outside perspective.
I mean, TJ bringing up the remake, you see Ash's car
Yeah,
on the property in the remake. So it's almost not quite
Yeah,
a
it's like a
remake. It's
revisiting
like a
or-
reboot.
Yeah.
Like
It ties it together.
it already happened here with Ash and his crew, and now it's gonna happen again.
Right.
So Evil Dead, like
It's a solid fucking
And
choice.
I do like Conjuring.
Conjuring is the one of only two movies in the entire series that I like. The Conjuring is great. The original Annabelle.
I was
is
gonna say the first
good.
Annabelle.
Everything else in that series, I think, is trash.
Now, I won't say it's trash. It's watchable. But the first Conjuring, I think, is fantastic.
Your opinion means nothing, hot dog deep throater. I have a couple.
Okay, yeah.
I can go by genre and give you my favorite movie, but two, maybe three movies always stand out to me with this question. One is for its ending, when the author of this, it was a novella, said that you guys did in a movie way better than I could have ever come up with.
Stephen King.
Stephen King's
The Mist.
Nice.
Not only is it a great monster flick, and
I love how you were able to bait me, and I knew.
I didn't know where he was going, but
So it's
yeah.
a great monster movie
Oh,
first
yeah.
and foremost. Then you got the horror of the isolation, the apartment building of fucking Evil Dead Alive, in a grocery store, but the ending. And now
Dude, the
we can
ending-
spoil this one.
Oh, it's
You know
so
what? No,
old.
I can't even
no,
spoil
no,
this
don't
one.
spoil it.
Because it is
I
a
don't-
once a
no.
lifetime.
If you are
I don't even
listening
think
to
Becca's
this
seen that
podcast-
movie, so yeah.
If you are listening to this podcast, do yourself a
gotta watch
favor.
that.
Watch it.
Watch The Mist.
And avoid the show with everything you have.
The movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
The other answer for that is The Descent.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a good one.
Glorious.
That is gosh, they're both monster movies. They're
brought
both
up,
isolation monster movies.
I brought up The Descent to you, and you're
It
like,
brings
"Hey,
up-
watch Above." and
As Above, So Below.
That's a great one in the Paris Catacombs.
Yep. I think I like monster movies that involve isolation. I think that's what it comes down to.
As long as the monsters aren't giant, right?
I still love it.
Yeah.
I have to jump on though. I gotta. So for a series, shout out to the wife. Me and her, we always love the Insidious series. Some of those are stinkers.
Oh yeah.
I still laughed out loud in the theater when I finally saw the demon.
Yeah.
It's Darth Maul.
Yeah,
it
it is.
is Darth Maul.
Yeah, it is.
But they do a good job of like building it.
Yeah. You know what though? Sorry, quick caveat. The funniest reveal of the ghost or the spook or whatever it
Red
is,
face, I think is
out of
what
any
they
of
call
it
them.
was, I think it was it wasn't Fatal Frame, but it was a movie about pictures, where if they took the picture, like this ghost was behind him, and this guy's starting to like hunch over through the entire movie, and at the end they take a picture of him, and it's just a ghost sitting on his fucking shoulders, and that's why he's getting weighed down. Laughed my ass off when that reveal happened. Oh my god.
And I know I'm going to get you to talk on this one. I hope you guys have seen it. You were the one that made me get into this. And this is recent. Barbarian.
Oh god, yeah.
I haven't
Dude,
seen,
I
not seen
think-
that yet. I've heard it's good.
TJ
Do yourself a favor.
Barbarian
I've heard it's really
is
good.
Okay, the
probably-
I haven't seen it.
It's local too, right?
Okay,
It's filmed in Detroit,
well,
and you will not
it's filmed
you
in
will not
Detroit.
know what's coming.
All right.
And that's the thing about Barbarian. This is I will leave it here. The less you know about it, the better.
I don't know
Because
really
you
much.
you start watching this movie and you're like, oh, it's this kind of movie. Oh.
And then
Oh.
it just turns on its head.
Oh.
You think it's one thing, and it just left turn, left turn, left turn.
But
Okay.
but going for that ride, for
Yep.
a horror movie to take you on that ride,
And you get to see the sweetheart male scream queen, Justin Long.
oh, dude, Justin
Ooh,
Long.
I like Justin Long.
He's
I love
he's a
watching
scream
him
queen.
die.
Okay, am I wrong?
He is
No,
a
Jeepers
scream queen.
Creepers. I actually enjoy Jeepers Creepers.
Another movie. Watch the first one. Even the second one's watchable.
Yeah.
It
then
is.
it falls off so
Yeah.
hard because they even made a fourth. Don't.
Didn't
Fuck the
they
director, too.
just make one?
Yeah, a year
Yeah.
ago. So yeah, those are all solid choices. I think.
Whoever
Now-
said fuck the director, yes.
Yeah, well, piece of shit.
Now these are movies. They're in the horror genre, but they're not, in my opinion, good. But I still like to watch them. Cabin in the Woods.
I love
That's
it.
a good movie.
I
a
disagree with
fun
you. That
movie.
is a great movie.
I
That's
love
that's
that movie.
that's an S tier
Dude,
movie.
Yeah, I don't know. why- Yeah,
so
you don't
I'm
have to-
not okay.
Everything about
No.
Cabin in the Woods, like
It's a brilliant concept, and it's done very well.
Yep.
Okay, so
Talk
then
about
I'm off
one that,
base.
yeah,
Now these ones, okay. I like Darkness Falls.
never saw it.
It's about basically Tooth Fairy.
oh, yep.
Okay.
See, I like Dead Silence. More maybe for the twist.
I hate
Wow.
Dead Silence.
I think it was more. I
That's-
think it was more the twist.
Actually, for Mother's Day, I bought Shelby a Slappy doll.
Okay.
It's a real one from the 50s.
Nice.
And I'm trying to think if there's another one that Drag Me to Hell wasn't bad.
Oh,
Oh,
no, no,
yeah.
hold on.
That's a great movie.
Drag
That's
Me
a
to
great
Hell.
movie.
Hold on. We're back to TJ and I with Sam Raimi.
Yep.
Sam Raimi,
The
that's
master.
him.
Yeah.
Drag Me to Hell is a horror movie, but it's a comedy.
That's why I was saying these movies may not be completely horror, but I still enjoy watching them. So I hit 2 for 4 out of those.
How about I Spit on Your Grave?
That one's yeah.
Right?
That's a good one.
No, real quick, Drag Me to Hell, the GOAT. That, yes. Can I know we're going a little long. Can I jump on and ask you guys, because I know you're a gamer. I know
Yep.
you're a gamer. You played some games. Top 3 favorite horror games? Or
Okay, I'm gonna off the bat. I got one. My number one is Fear.
Oh wow.
never played it, want to.
It's a good game.
Is a good game. It is. You have your action with people, and you have this game has jump scares. You will like be climbing a ladder, and something will happen, and you'll look down and look back up, and there's a ghost in your fucking face with a jump scare scream. It's that good. It's a horror movie that you're playing.
Do you consider Dead Space a horror?
Dead Space
fan?
is absolutely
Dead Space
has
is
to be on.
Dead
Yeah, I was gonna
Space
say Dead
is
Space.
top tier.
that
One of
okay,
the
'cause
that was going to be
best.
one of my 3.
Okay,
would have been
that
Dead
one's
Space.
fantastic.
Same.
Dude, that
pioneered-
remake, my wife loved watching me play
Yeah,
it.
it
The remake.
pioneered also the replaying. You die, the next playthrough of that same
That's-
area,
they're not
monsters
hitting you
aren't
there.
coming out of the same
Nope.
area. You're not ready for where it's coming from.
Oh, brilliant.
So that would be my 1 and 2 is Fear and Dead Space. So while I think of my third, I'll let you guys go.
I gotta throw. I guess I gotta throw Resident Evil 4 on there. I mean, I don't. It's not necessarily like the scariest game, but it's a great concept and it's a blast.
4 was the funnest Resident Evil I played, but 7 I think is the scariest.
Now I have not
7
played
is the
7, and I
scariest.
know
Seven's
I'm
good.
missing out. I've heard 7 was a real return to.
I have not had the
6.
pleasure of playing it on VR yet, and I want
Okay.
to so bad.
This is gonna be
Okay.
a bad question for someone who claims to be a gamer. Which one has the?
Try again.
I'm trying to.
I think he's embarrassed.
I kind of am embarrassed, so I'm stumbling because people are
You're sitting
that's going
down.
to listen are going to be like, "How the hell does he not know this?" She's in a Victorian dress, the real tall brunette.
That's 7.
That
It
is-
is
yeah.
okay. That's the one I haven't played, and I keep wanting to play that.
I think you can get it. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this out there. CDkeys.com. For anyone that wants cheap games, especially old games, you can buy. They'll send you CD key, and they're a legitimate website. You can get Resident Evil 7 for like $4,
Okay.
and they'll send you the key to just unlock the game on whatever platform if you're choosing.
Wait,
Nice.
what is this Victorian dress thing?
It's his
tall lady.
the wife.
That's 8.
No,
Lady
that-
Dimitrescu.
Oh.
I'm thinking of the wife in 7.
He's thinking of Vampire Mommy Step on Me.
Oh yeah. Okay, that
That's
would be
8.
8, I guess.
That's
Oh, I haven't
eight.
played
And I only
either.
know that because of memes.
So 7 also has the wife in a dress. She comes down from the attic, and you have that whole scene with her.
She's not in a dress. She just cuts you up.
But she's in a white dress.
No, she's
No,
in
I
a,
swear
she's
to
in a
you.
white tank top.
Are you sure?
Positive.
What was her name?
Tommy is talking about Lady Dimitrescu. And you're thinking of Maya?
Yeah.
Last one I played was 5, and it was just like a run and gun game.
Oh
and I
yeah,
was like,
you
eh.
you punch a boulder.
Yeah,
Yeah, I am wrong. I'll admit it.
incredibly.
Yeah, no,
mid.
I
Very
got
rare
you
for me.
guys. I got you guys. Horror games like this, I hit this because I'm excited. We already talked about Dead Space.
I'd be amiss by not mentioning it though. My first horror game I ever played. I think everyone here has been to my dad's house, right? He has that back room that is just all windows. And back then he had trees in his backyard, and I would play Resident Evil 2 on a big screen TV alone at like 8 years old, and that game scared the fuck out of me. Especially because that's the first real game that I ever played where it's like you have to conserve ammo.
Yep.
You aren't supposed to kill every zombie. You're supposed to let them wander sometimes.
It's real survival horror.
And then you have Mr. X, where when Mr. X starts coming out, then the whole game changes again. You know the area finally, but you have to escape Mr. X.
Call back to earlier in the pod. I know it's not scary, but was good. Is Last of Us.
Last of Us is
No, there are some.
there-
I mean, but
the first
It's
time you
not
even encounter
shittingly, but there
but the
is
first
some-
time you even encounter a clicker or a bloater or even a number 2 a rat king. I mean,
because you were saying about conserving thing, and I was like, oh man, Last of Us. Yeah.
Shit, why didn't I even think of The Last of Us thinking of my list? But I don't consider it horror per
It's
se.
more
Yeah,
adventure.
it's more
Well,
survival,
It does have. Well, no, it's got survival.
It is
elements.
absolutely a horror game, but it's not what I think of when I think of horror games.
I think of it more along the lines of like a Fallout than I do like a post-apocalypse, as opposed to like a Resident Evil or Silent Hill, which are set in horror environments, more
Yeah.
claustrophobic, right?
It's definitely more of a game about the building
The
of the character
fallout.
and the relationships. I'm going with number 3, Alien Isolation.
I actually
call.
have not played that, and I'm a big fan of that franchise. I don't know why I didn't get around to it, but I've heard it's outstanding.
It is
It
great.
is
Did you play as
cheap
Ripley's daughter?
everywhere.
Is that it?
Something
Yeah.
like that. It is cheap.
Yep.
Like you can pick it up for nothing.
Yep.
Good to know.
I mean, it's 2014. It's an 11-year-old game already.
Oh my fucking really?
Yeah.
Yeah, jeez.
All right.
So, Dead Space. We already talked about.
Dead Space
that.
is one with a bullet for me.
Yeah. Like
And I liked all 3.
there was a game called Perception that came out on the Switch. It was very indie. You play as a blind person.
That is interesting.
You play as a blind person, and you're kind of doing echolocation. So you're like hitting your cane, and it gives you flashes, and it's a black screen otherwise.
Interesting.
So sometimes you might hit, and there might be something right in front of you.
Nice.
It was a very interesting concept that translated very well.
That'd be fun on VR.
Now I'm my last one. I did play Madison. I got PSVR 2 had a big sale this last Christmas. And I'm like, well, if we're going to get it, now's the time to do it.
Right on.
And Madison VR, my wife got to like listen to me play it because I was like, I don't want you to watch me play this because I want you to play it. And the amount of freakouts that I've had. So VR, you're immersed.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So those jump scares, like, no, that's happening to you. So, but with that, it focused a little too heavy on the jump scares. So at the end, I was like, oh, you bitch! I knew you were coming.
And I'm going to do one honorable mention here. Again, not a horror game per se, but Half-Life 2.
Oh yeah.
Oh, glorious.
It's one of the best games ever. So,
Yep. Undeniable.
all right. I think that we're going to bring it into our quick break, and we'll review a food here real quick, and we'll call it a night.
Food
right.
or drinks?
I think we have some food.
Okay. So food and drinks.
You love food, right? If you like food, big opinions, and crazy dudes with even bigger appetites, you're invited to be part of the family on Monday Night Meat and Potatoes. Join James, Fridge, and Tommy as they blind taste test the best and worst colas, barbecue sauce, peanut butters, everything, right down to those weird pickle-flavored snacks you see at the store, but you never buy because, we rank them, we review them, and we have a blast. And it's not just food. We talk movies, sports, personal stories, and whatever other madness is going on in the world. One thing's for sure, it's loud, fun, and funny. Come hang with us on Monday Night Meat and Potatoes. Find the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube, iHeartRadio, and Podbean.
All right, so break's over. Currently what's happening is what I consider an abomination. It scares the hell out of me. Tommy is putting salted peanuts in bottles of Coca-Cola. This is a southern thing, I believe, like I don't even know. What do they call it, Tommy?
Farmer's Coke.
Farmer's Coke. I'm one of those types of people that I will try anything. I will not judge until I try it. But this one is a little bit weird for me. But then again, I will go to a movie theater and get a frozen Coke or a frozen Pepsi, and I will put popcorn in my mouth, and with the popcorn in my mouth, take a sip of my frozen Coke. And I like the mixture of flavors. I don't know why. Try it.
So is part of the allure of this to be like eating the peanuts after you drink the Coke?
You've got me.
Like,
So there's a girl
Your mic's
on
about to fall. Not there.
not there, not there.
Oh, Thomas. He's already broken several of these boom arms, so...
Yeah. So there's a girl that I go on TikTok Live with and was describing how we review foods. And she's like, there's one in Texas. She's in Hawaii now. And there is a thing called Farmer's Coke that she does. And it was putting salted peanuts in a bottle of Coke and letting it sit for a few seconds. And you're supposed to drink the Coke and it's supposed to be better. And then after you eat the salted peanuts and it's supposed to have a little bit of flavor. She said that, of course, she didn't invent it, but if to give her a shout out, her name is Justine, and that if we like it, she put us on it. Also,
This has got to be peach, right?
it is actually Mango Rush. This is exclusive to Little Caesars.
Is anyone not getting peach out of this? Smelling?
I have not smelled it yet.
I get hit with peach.
So, and then the third thing we have to try is Traverse City Whiskey Company Bourbon. It is American Cherry. I smoked a ham yesterday, and my glaze had bourbon.
Twice in one sentence.
And so I figured I'd try it straight up with you guys.
Minus me. I'm not drinking tonight. Even when I try this Mountain Dew, I'm hitting peach. Even the taste, I'm hitting peach, not mango.
It's gonna be Mountain Dew. Oh, you're going.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you,
I don't like mango.
I do like mango, but I'm telling you, orange juice concentrate and based Mountain Dew mixed with mango equals peach.
I know where you're coming from. I can smell it.
I'm getting hit with peach.
Okay, now I gotta sniff.
So wait, are we doing? Is it like in a specific order we have to do in, or
No, we'll just,
Oh.
I'll try it and review it. As I go with a lot
I
of these,
can totally smell peach.
I'm not a sweets, or I'm not a soda person in general. I don't really drink it, but I prefer regular Mountain Dew over this. First of all, it's very sweet. Like I said, it's more peach than mango to me. I'm gonna give this a 6.6. It's drinkable, but I would never buy it.
Okay, so I love regular Mountain Dew. So if I were to pick regular Mountain Dew,
we knew before you told us.
I would
Gamer, big guy.
on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd put like regular Mountain Dew on an 8.5. Code Red, I'd put probably a 7. So I'll put this just under a Code Red, maybe. What did you say? 6.5.
6.6.
I'll go 6.8 because I think it's a little bit better than what you're saying. But
That 10%,
I've tried-
that 10% difference.
that 10% difference. Out of all the variations that they've came out with recently, this is one of the better variations, in my opinion.
It goes Mountain Dew, then Code Red, then Pitch Black, and then this is way on the bottom.
Pretty much agree with you. If you guys had the Buffalo Wild Wings Mountain Dew,
No.
it's a blackberry one. That one is. They call it Legend. It's good.
I swear every restaurant chain has a Mountain Dew now.
How did that
Doesn't
happen?
even Applebee's have one?
Yes.
Ugh.
How did Mountain Dew go, you know what? We are going to be restaurant specific. Because we're
started
Tommy,
with Baja Blast, probably.
Taco Bell. Tommy, we are drinking Little Caesars.
I totally forgot about Baja Fresh.
Hold on. We are literally
Baja
drinking
Blast.
Little Caesars Mountain Dew, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is so.
Every place gets their own. KFC has one.
Yeah, Sweet Lightning or something like that. Or,
So as I was looking into the Mango Rush, some came across about called the Mountain Dew Conspiracy.
hold on, was there a T on the end of that word?
On what word? What is it?
Did you say across?
I probably did say across
Oh, fuck.
because I'm an idiot.
Hold on, where's your mic? Mute.
There is a thing called the Mountain Dew Conspiracy. So when Code Red was released in 2001, a couple months later, we all know what happened in 2001, bringing it back earlier to
Never
World Trade
forget.
Center.
Oh, God. He just connected Mountain Dew to the World Trade
No,
Center.
no. Then Maui burst. A couple months later, the Maui wildfires happened.
Oh my God.
Star Spangled Splash was released last year, and they said who wrote the Star Spangled Banner.
Francis Scott Key.
And just a couple months later, the Francis Scott Bridge in Baltimore collapsed.
Oh my God.
Pitch Black was released, and just after that, there was an IT blackout, and that was in July of 2024. That happened. Tropical Swirl was released, and right after that, all the hurricanes happened in Southeast America. And now this one was released, and they're saying what's going to happen with the Mango Rush. Is there going to be something in a couple months? Some crazy thing is going to happen. So I just thought bring that up for fun.
I hopefully Big Time Rush breaks up.
Because only one band member has to leave.
Here's a real thing. This is
Good callback.
This is not a conspiracy theory. Do you know that 9/11 is the reason we have the 50 Shades of Grey?
This is
No.
didn't we talk about this the last time I was on here?
I don't think we talked about it on the podcast, but it is a real fucking thing. 9/11 happened. Gerard Way decided to change the style of his music because he was sad. His music directly inspired Stephanie Meyer to write Twilight, and a fan fiction of Twilight became 50 Shades of Grey.
Wow.
9/11 is the reason we have a very bad tragedy
That's like
in
6
and of
degrees of
itself.
Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, and 6 degrees of 9/11 is what we're playing today.
This might not matter to the other two. Did you know Gerard Way's wife was the bass player of MSI?
Wow, I didn't know.
You know what? I did know that.
If he said Big Time Rush, I was going to pull
I
out my
just learned that 2 days ago,
Hey.
and that blew my mind.
It took me to buying Frankenstein Girls Will Seem Strangely Sexy on vinyl to have the big fucking 12-inch picture in front of me to go, that looks like the Gorillaz. The artist that made that cover made the Gorillaz.
Yeah, nice.
I can see it clear as day.
And I think, Andy, I brought this up to you and you didn't notice until I brought it up recently. When MSI made that album and they said, we're going to do whatever the fuck we want, the track listing is in alphabetical order.
Yes.
A through Z, they alphabetized their
That's
track
awesome.
listing.
That is
Anyway,
respectful.
This Mountain Dew, Mountain Dew is a baseline. Yeah, I like it. 7. It's not my favorite pop.
soda.
Soda. Oh,
I'm from the Midwest.
it's not Fago.
My biggest comment I've ever had on this podcast was Dan Goggins coming up to me and going, James, I fucking hate you for your opinion on pop versus soda because I only call Faygo pop and the rest is soda. So, Dan, I love you. Thanks for listening.
It is called Mango Rush. I don't like mango. I don't mind this.
It's peach.
It's
fucking peach. Orange and mango make peach.
it's a 6.66.
Hey, you're matching me.
Yeah.
I don't drink too much Mountain Dew. Any variant I've had, I typically like, though. I'd give this a solid. Honestly, so I'll be optimistic or positive about it. I'll give it a 7.5. It's tasty.
Yeah, it's good.
They say on the can that it's a sweet heat. I'm not getting any heat on it.
Yeah,
no,
so
no.
yeah, if
there's
you read
no
it, it
heat.
says with a blast of natural and artificial mango sweet heat flavor. I don't taste any spice in that whatsoever.
No.
Nope.
That would have lowered my ranking because I hate spicy drinks.
Oh yeah, I did not like when they did I did try that Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew. That was an experience.
It was not good.
No, it was not.
Or like any jalapeno infused drink or anything like
no,
that.
Not good.
So let's try this Farmer's Coke. Let's get this out of the way because I'm staring at it and it's making me something. It's touching my nether regions in a way.
Who's not having one?
You don't mind drinking it?
I don't care. I'm not a germaphobe.
Here, Andy, we can share.
Oh, the peanuts make it fizzy.
Oh, shit. CJ.
Now I'm going to have ants in my garage.
You want ants in your garage? Because that's
That's how you get ants.
Very, very good.
Did
All
not
right.
know that.
Hand me the other one while you guys are
I-
doing yours. I'll get that one open.
Are you supposed to like drink it from the bottle and get
Yes.
peanuts while you're drinking it?
Well, I'm sure someone.
While
will.
this is happening, who's had boiled peanuts where you can eat the shell and shit? It's weird.
It is weird.
But I think you were actually the reason I tried them. I think you got them during COVID or something like that.
I think I did. Yeah.
I want to hear what you guys think as
I
I'm
mean,
getting ready.
it's just Coca-Cola with
crunchy.
salted peanuts.
It's crunchy Coke.
Do you taste the peanuts? Is it a different?
No.
Tommy's taking chugs of peanuts with it.
Well,
No, this is
It's honestly fine.
this is Coca-Cola
see-
with peanuts.
They were like eating the peanuts with the Coke. I was thinking you drink them separately, like use your mouth as a sieve. That's what I was thinking. I don't know. I've never done this. Why won't you stop fizzing?
Because you need to get ants.
You know what? Really quick, I got to bring it up. When TJ lived with me, one of my house rules was don't let my cat outside. And TJ and his girlfriend loved to bring my cat outside when I wasn't looking. And one time she got fleas.
Yeah.
Now I'll tell you this: fleas are one of the hardest fucking things to get rid of. They're like bed bugs, but everywhere. Anyway, long story short, months after we killed this flea infestation, one time I go to TJ, I'm like, TJ, I went in your room to close your window and there's fleas all over your bed. And he's like, what, really? And he went inside. I just printed out a bunch of pictures of Flea the bassist and just put them all over his bed.
I don't know. I feel like that's just extra steps. I could have peanuts. I could have peanuts in my hand and just throw some peanuts in my mouth and take a swig of Coke.
I told him
Slow down there, scientist.
Yeah.
Okay?
peace among worlds.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you there.
I mean, it's not nasty.
No, it's not
I'm
nasty at all.
drinking Coke with peanuts.
Yeah.
It is.
It's hissing, but it's
I
not
have
leaking
the sudden urge to go hoe a field.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not mad about it. It's not life changing.
I don't think I don't think Washington Carver had this in mind when he made all the inventions of peanuts.
Yeah. I just
good dude.
You just want to swig of mine?
No.
Am I hearing?
Yeah, it is yelling at him.
It's like, just you wait till you open this fucking bottle.
It's angry at me. It will not let me.
You're gonna have so many fucking ants.
If Coke, okay, so Coke, for me, that is one of the best sodas. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna put Coke at an 8. If peanuts and Coke is a drink, Farmer's Coke, I'm gonna put it at an 8.
Yeah.
Because this is no different than me drinking Coke and eating some peanuts.
Yeah.
Well said.
I have been to Five Guys. This is recreating Five Guys in James's garage for me.
Yeah.
While I am waiting for that burger.
The only way that I could think of maybe is if they were like out plowing a field or driving a tractor and they had to have one hand on the wheel and they're like, screw it and dump some peanuts in their Coke so they could have one hand free.
It doesn't enhance the flavor at all.
No.
There's
No.
literally nothing has changed.
No.
No.
Nothing about the peanut has changed.
No.
Nothing about the Coke
even when you
has
get a
changed.
mouthful of peanuts and Coke mixed, you taste Coke and then you chew peanut.
Yeah.
Which is surprising because peanuts are salty and it has done nothing to the Coke.
Yeah.
All that extra salt has done nothing to the Coke.
And I made sure salted, not honey roasted, nothing
Mm-hmm.
like that. And no, just salted peanuts. So
I'm giving it as a concept a 0.
Yeah. It's
fair.
a concept of 0.
like I said, that was extra steps for no reason.
Yeah, flavor wise, peanuts are a 5, Coke is a 7. It's getting a 6.
There you go.
That's called an average mean.
I'll go ahead and just give it a 9. I'm also
Yeah.
a Coke enthusiast.
RC's best, by the way. We've already went over this though.
Yeah.
I assume that was a previous episode,
was.
and I won't. I'll just ignore it.
Well, yeah.
We blind ranked 6 colas, and RC came out number 1.
If it was a blind rank, we did that with the root beer once, and that was fun.
When you find out Barks is just god awful.
Yeah, Barks across 3 people was
And
far and
Mug-
away the least
And
flavorful.
Mug 1 for everyone.
Mug supremacy,
Mug,
baby.
Mug is what I drink at,
Good old unpretentious Mug root beer.
Get the fuck off me.
I mean, that's like when you found out,
Sorry, Andy.
No,
as you heard.
there's this giant spider on me.
Oh, yeah, I have spiders out here like crazy. I was smoking out here the other day, and one landed right on my head.
Yeah, it's big. I would like him not.
But, yeah,
But for real.
like our first episode, if you heard our intro, TJ, we blind ranked like 10 barbecue sauces.
Yeah.
And KC Masterpiece won.
Oh, okay.
And I thought it was going to be Cattleman's. I was so sure.
This man liked Cattleman's barbecue so much that he bought a gallon of it. And when he brought it over, there was like 10% left. Come to find out, it was like one of the worst.
Yeah.
Oh, no shit.
I thought for sure
It was
gonna
KC
just-
Masterpiece, an Open Pit, and Bullseye. Those were the top 3 for everyone.
That's funny.
No Sweet Baby
If we
Ray's?
did like a specialty.
Sweet Baby Ray's is great, but it didn't hit the top 3.
No. If I was doing a specialty, it'd be Meat Mitch's Womp Sauce. But we were doing like store brand.
Go ahead and listen to the first podcast if you're interested.
I'll throw it on next time I'm jogging.
It's good. I mean, they're all around 2 hours. You have time.
I do.
All right.
I do.
Coke not as good as RC. Still good. Didn't change flavor. And doing this,
You guys have
I'll just take.
one more thing to do. I'm going to go ahead and give some commentary while you guys try your Traverse City bourbon.
Hold on. It's specifically the cherry, right?
Yes.
So it's cherry.
That's important.
Traverse City cherry bourbon. Okay. I'm going to just give a quick caveat. As someone that works in IT, I want you all to be aware. Social engineering and phishing. If you get an email or a text message from someone that reaches out and says, I need help, I need money, never click on links unless you verify you know where it's coming from. This is coming from a place of not only work, but also this happened in my personal life recently, and I just wanted to give that little bit out there. So, go ahead and review your whiskey bourbon, guys. I'm going to call it whiskey because all bourbons are whiskeys.
This would be delicious on a ham.
Yeah.
It honestly would. I think that's very tasty. I love bourbon.
What about
ham
ham hocks?
I'd try it for sure.
Pig's feet.
Yeah, I don't care. I'd give it a shot. I think that would complement really any part of the pig.
Chitlins.
I'm really bad with like ranking things out of 10 because I tend. Oh, that looks outstanding. Because I tend to find like I like something
Where
about
is it?
just about everything. I could definitely see myself sipping on this in the summer because bourbon's typically a winter thing for me. But as a summer variant, ice cold, yeah, I'm gonna give that a good. I'm gonna give that a good 8. A good 8.
So
Go ahead, shit on my opinion.
Oh, I will not.
Oh, okay.
I will just merely recap the story I told Tommy when he told me we were doing this. I was like, oh, no, I totally have never had Traverse City whiskey. So I got dragged up to wine tasting in Traverse City years ago. It was kind of like a double date. My buddy, his girlfriend, my wife, me. I don't drink wine. But we're in Traverse City, and Traverse City Whiskey Company lives here. And I was like, Tommy, let me show you probably the happiest I've ever been.
You would think this kid was at Disneyland.
And the picture, the smile on my face that I showed him in this picture, I drank crap wine and ciders all day. And at the end of the day, they made me wait all the way to the end to go, all right, bud, you hung in there. We're proud of you. We're going to take you to Disney. I mean, Traverse City Whiskey Company.
You in that picture is probably like me when my favorite Chinese opened during COVID.
So I'm going to give it. I have a lot of bourbons that I really like. I'm going to give it a 7 because it's still a flavored bourbon. And if I'm drinking bourbon, I want the bourbon burn. There's not a lot of burn to that.
You want that peat.
Yeah, I want to be like,
Can I do
ooh.
his, by the way?
Oh, yeah.
So
Go ahead.
okay, exactly an 8.
Who would have thought I was the one not drinking?
Can I do his other?
Oh yeah, run it back.
So yeah, no. The only reason it's getting a 7 is because it's a flavored. And
That's pretty much why it got an 8. Yeah.
Tommy?
I am not
Talking to the mic.
I'm not a bourbon connoisseur. I usually do Sailor with you guys. You got me turned on to that. I'll tell you what. The only other bourbon I really drink is Bullet. And
actually, I got to stop real quick. This is not a bourbon. This is a whiskey.
okay.
Bourbons are from Kentucky
Oh,
By
that's true.
definition.
That is
by
true.
definition. So this is just a whiskey.
Okay. I'll tell you what.
Pretentious.
Yeah. I know what I'm
Not-
talking
Not you,
about.
the bourbon people.
It's one of the better ones I've ever tasted. Because I don't like Jack. I just it's not my it's not my type of drink of choice. But I'm kind of where TJ is at 8. If you were to say, "Hey, look at my shelf. What do you want?" I would probably grab a shot of that.
It's smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, you like Andy said, you don't get the bourbon burn, but like for a change, every now and then, like if you get a cheap, sweeter bourbon, then you might be in trouble.
Okay.
This I can do. This
To jump
especially
on to
cold.
what you're saying, this is a cherry Traverse City Whiskey Company cherry flavored whiskey.
Yeah.
Red Stag is
Yum.
cherry flavored Jim Beam.
Yeah.
I love it.
Jim Beam has that medicinal taste to it, though.
It does.
Slightly, because it's very syrupy, whereas this is, it doesn't have that syrupy, it just goes down.
Yeah.
I was going to the store to get Bullet yesterday to put on my glaze, and when I seen that on the shelf, I'm like, oh boy, something local, and it's got cherry in it. Mm-hmm. That'll enhance in that glaze. I'm gonna go with that, and I went ahead and grabbed it, and then I'm like, well, now I have something to try at the pod.
I appreciate you finding that. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, no, that,
And honestly,
you
yeah.
cannot go wrong with, we are not endorsed, sponsored by.
Yeah.
As a connoisseur of all of their products, you can't go wrong with Traverse City Whiskey Company. They opened a tap room in Ferndale. Check it out.
Have you guys tried
yeah.
anything from Old Nation?
That I have not.
That's in New Holland.
Yes, I've tried beers. Aren't they a brewery, or am I
Yes,
thinking?
I know. I
Okay.
kind of jumped.
No, you're
from-
good. I've definitely tried some of their beers. I don't think I could name drop any at the moment, unfortunately, but I can tell you that I never had a bad experience with one.
Because I keep hearing they're really good, and it's like, because of course I want to try to stay local as possible to try out the
Yeah.
local first.
And we are spoiled here, like we talked about with the cuisine earlier. We are spoiled with the beer scene, the spirits scene.
We are featured in Epcot.
Yes.
Okay, I went in 2014.
Nice.
So if you're doing the Epcot, when you get to America, you can get Bell's Two Hearted. That is featured
Nice.
at America's stop
It's
on
the
Epcot
IPA that put
Strip.
IPAs on the map. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like IPAs. I can fuck with a Two Hearted.
Yeah, it right. I'm in agreement with you there.
And Founders, isn't Founders here too?
yeah.
Yeah.
An all day IPA?
You guys are lying to yourself liking IPAs. I'm not going to even get
No,
into
no,
that.
I don't like
No, I
IPAs
don't
anymore.
like IPAs.
But Two Hearted is smooth enough to where I can drink it and I will get fucked up off like two of them. It's great.
Yep.
All right. All right, there you have it. 4 fat guys or former fat guys. TJ, you're in that group. Congratulations, by the way. Reviews on food and drink. Avoid the Farmer's Coke if you want to try it. Go for it.
Yeah,
Let
just
us
take
know.
a handful of peanuts in one hand and take a swig of pop or soda rather.
Let us know on our podcast, YouTube, Facebook, all that good stuff. What do you want to hear us review? Next week, we're going to put the Big Buford up against Wendy's Dave's Double. It's already beaten the Big Mac, and the Big Mac beat the Whopper, and the Whopper beat the Big
Yep.
Mac. So the Big Buford moved on. Next up, we're putting it up against the Wendy's Double. Check us out next week. It'll be next week for that.
Next week, yeah.
So thanks for everyone for listening. Thanks for coming on, TJ and Andy. Hope you had some fun. Hopefully we can have you back on again.
Hell yeah.
That brings us out. I'm James.
I'm Tommy.
I'm Andy.
This has been Monday Night Meat and Potatoes. We have big opinions and even bigger appetites. Everyone loves food, but not like us. And everyone has an opinion, but not like us. Look, it's 3 foodies sitting around talking food, movies, sports, personal stories, and whatever the hell else we want to talk about. And we have fun. We hope you did too. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. We'll be back soon, but in the meantime, hit us up on Facebook and Instagram at Monday Night Meat and Potatoes, on X and TikTok at Monday Night MP. See you next time on Monday Night Meat and Potatoes.